Even when even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They deceive with the negativity.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello, and welcome to another edition of the Sports Report Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Mr. William D. Morgan. Before I bring these other two fine gentlemen on, I just got to say one thing, and one thing only. And for you people down south who take issue with it, that's already come for me. I don't care. I'm going to say it. Roll Tide. Y'all lost. The SEC, the committee, put you guys on a pedestal that you just didn't deserve. You didn't deserve it. First game, you're out. You're gone. Everybody keeps saying to me, well, FSU was gone too. This is true. This is true. But we had nothing to play for at that point. Nothing. Everybody rested on both teams anyway. The only thing they showed last night from FSU was the fact the other night rather, we didn't have a good third string quarterback. That's what we didn't have. But boy, that got solved today. With the transfer portal. Woohoo! Yes, sir. We're coming back with a vengeance, baby. Coming back with a vengeance. All right. So let me go ahead and start bringing everybody in. We got a lot to talk about tonight. We got to talk about this college playoff. We got to talk about some NBA stuff. We got Dan in the building. I see you down there, Dan. What's up? Man, I'm telling you, we got a lot to talk about tonight. But first, let me go ahead and bring in this man has forgotten more baseball than I will ever know. Let me bring up my man, 7-7. What's up? How you doing tonight, man?
I am doing well.
There you go.
A new year, new day, and a newly iced glass of bourbon.
Can't beat that, man. Can't beat that. Let me go ahead and bring on my next person. He is the second of our Chiefs fans. 7 was the first. He is the second joining us here on the Sports Report Podcast. Bro, man, Ando in. Ando, what's up?
Oh, hey guys, I didn't see you there. No, I was drinking a lovely drink from my Chiefs championship cup here because we finally did it, 7. We finally clinched the division. It only took us 17 games, but hey, that locks our seat, and that's what matters, right? Getting to the dance and then proving you should be there. Unlike Alabama, who completely shit the bed today against Michigan. I'm totally on board with you, Will. I'm totally on board with you.
Yes.
But yeah,
yes,
let's get with it, man. Let's get into it.
Even the team that shouldn't have a chance at have a playoff berth or a division berth still has a chance in the New Orleans Saints.
Yep.
We gotta hope and pray for
Carolina
the Panthers to win, which ain't gonna happen. But you never know.
It's not gonna happen.
It ain't gonna happen.
I don't know. Did you guys hear that Gettle? What is it? Gettle? No. Who's the owner of the Panthers? Douchebag threw a drink out of the suite onto Jacksonville fans, which showed more fight than what the Panthers did in Jacksonville. So
yeah. Remember Bryce Young going down yesterday? That wasn't pretty. And last but not least, let me bring on the man who is the CEO of Walmart and Trailer Parks. Let me bring in my man Dan the Dick. Dan, what's up?
What's up, fellas? Who that think everybody gonna beat them Saints? No.
Everybody have beat the damn Saints. That's the damn problem.
They gonna because they did.
You know the thing that scares me though, guys. You know the thing that scares me That win yesterday might have saved Dennis Allen's job. It might have saved his job. I was hoping they would lose that game so they can fire his ass and we can start over. But no, these just gotta go out there and damn win. They can't even lose right.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Arizona Cardinal fans are pissed that the Cardinals can't lose, right? Because they beat the Eagles yesterday, so it cost them a draft position. And
I love the chaos. I love the chaos.
Hey, that's gonna lead me to my first question of the night. Philly, could they be one and done in the playoffs?
Well, of course they could be one and done in the playoffs. I mean, are they good enough to just like they're just going to roll through, like into the Super Bowl? No. So they get a first round bye, so they're going to play somebody who already won. So their chances of being one and out become way more, right? Because they're just going to play somebody who's already won.
Yeah.
they could still lose the number 1 seed, couldn't they? If San Francisco wins next week and they lose, couldn't they?
San Francisco clinched the 1 seed.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah,
They did that yesterday.
they're really not.
Yeah, no.
They don't
the
even
best
get
the best the Eagles can clinch is 2 if Dallas loses, Detroit loses, and Philadelphia wins. Philadelphia takes the 2. If Detroit wins, they're locked in at the 2 automatically. It doesn't matter between. Well, Dallas can win and Dallas can take the 2. But if Philly, Detroit finish
just one.
Just one got locked up. Philadelphia or San Francisco took the 1 in the NFC.
One gets the bye. Just the one. Gets the bye.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's weird mathematically, right? Oh, yeah, because they have like an off number that like makes the playoffs now. Huh?
So now instead of it being 4 teams, it's now 6 teams in the wild card, and then 2 will still technically get a second round playoff game, and then
what's that?
Yeah, they'll play 5, 6, or 7. So
genuinely, Gene, what about the UFL? What about it?
Congratulations.
What about it? What is that?
The Birmingham Stallions are gonna come back. Or no, Battlehawks. Birmingham Stallions.
St. Louis Battlehawks came back.
But the New Orleans team didn't get their team back.
I thought you said Battle Bots for a second.
That's because New Orleans is having a
Battle Bots League.
Battle Bots? We going to anime?
Battle Bots League.
The New Orleans is having a hard enough time fielding a competitive football team in the NFL.
Oh my gosh. The basketball team's got better shot than the football team.
The Saints could just get regulated to the UFL at this point.
They could. They really could. They really could. I mean, because look, Dennis Allen's he's not a leader of men. If you want to tell me Dennis Allen is our defensive coordinator, I ain't got no problem with it. No problem. But a head coach, he's never won. He's never won as a head coach anywhere he's been.
The fact that I have no fucking idea who that is probably not great for like his winning
Dennis Allen.
Right? I mean,
head coach of the Saints.
Like I don't
head coach of the Saints.
No, I know who it is, but like I'm saying, like I have no idea actually who he is. Like I don't know what he looks like or anything. I couldn't pick him out of a lineup.
Will, are you questioning the genius of the man that agreed to sign Dan Sorensen not once but twice in the same season?
And stood behind Jameis Winston for a while.
The most brilliant head coach in all of football.
Nah.
Yeah.
His fucking supporter. Yeah, the one. They'll tell you that Dennis Allen is the most brilliant head coach in football.
Nah. They need to get rid of Dennis Allen. Get rid of him.
I'm sorry. I'm in agreement.
Get rid of Dennis Allen right now. Do it now.
How much Derek Carr, though? Like, how much of the problem with Derek Carr is that the Raiders saw him cry? Like, their whole team saw him cry in the locker room, right? Like, not like crying, like, oh, like emotional, like everything's good, you know, we did something or something bad. It was like literally he was crying because of like, ow, my knee hurts, crying.
Yeah.
But not really that kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it wasn't really that bad. If you fucking bends it backwards or something, I get crying. Like, that nobody would give him shit for that. But I think he was literally like skinned his knee, not a joke. And Derek Carr was like crying like a small child in the locker room. And like, I think he lost a lot of credit. Like, unfortunately, because Derek Carr's a pretty like talented dude for real. He's a good quarterback. He could be. He just somewhere in the middle there lost everybody's emotional support. Like,
that man got problems, and he got problems with scoring in the red zone. He can get you between the 20s, but he's just got problems scoring in the red zone. That's his issue.
Super accurate. I mean, for a while he had the
highest.
Wide
open in the end zone, he misses him.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like
I think Derek Carr's problem is he has never been in the right coaching situation.
That's true too.
And here, because
at some point, isn't it you situation?
well, yeah, and there is some accountability on his part, but I think that the reason we haven't seen the true peak of Derek Carr is because of the fact that he has never had the right coaching situation, and it's the NFL. Yeah, and John Gruden was the best option for him as far as who he's encountered so far, but John Gruden is a piece of shit.
Yeah, he is.
He's the original QB whisperer. The original QB whisperer.
John Gruden's attack from the New York Times was a hit job, and I'll stand by that. But John Gruden is a piece of shit.
Yeah, he is.
And not only do I say that from what I've observed, but one of my neighbors I learned recently was on the Raiders practice squad when John Gruden was coaching the Raiders the first time.
Yeah.
My new neighbor is not white. And
he's Mexican.
He said Islamic.
Not Puerto Rican, I think, honestly. Or black Mexican, Blexican, something like that.
Blexican.
Blexican, I don't know. I don't know. His
created a whole new race.
It's a mosaic, really. It's a mosaic.
He's a biracial angel like Will, but I don't think it's the same combination. I'll say it that
Quadracial.
way.
He's a quadracial angel.
This racial angel.
He and I will sit on the porch and smoke, and he'll tell stories. Because I've told him, you want to tell stories? I'll shut the fuck up and listen. That shit interests me. And because it was like early 2000s, like 2005, 2006, that type of time frame. And he'll tell stories. And he talked about the football genius of John Gruden. And every player that's ever played for him will attest to the same thing. So that part didn't surprise me. But he said that he was at that point, he can't speak to the person he is now, but at that point he was fucking racist. Like blatantly use and that's an exact quote. So I think that Gruden's a QB whisperer, but Derek Carr has never been in the right coaching situation for him. Now, yes, he still has accountability, but he simply hasn't. And some quarterbacks never do. Look at Mitch Trubisky; he still hasn't gotten the right situation.
But with Gruden though, he's white, so it's probably fine. He's probably fine, right? He's white, so it wasn't like that bad of a thing. Like, no, I can see how Gruden's a fucking. I can see how he's a piece of shit. What a weird profession for you to be racist in, by the way. What a strange job you took.
Black.
That's fucking off. Like, dude, you make millions of dollars a year as a coach, coaching black guys. Like, maybe.
What the fuck?
Maybe
he definitely got some Michael PSAs in him, that for sure. He definitely got some Michael PSAs in him, that for sure. That man made Michael PSAs. He made Mark Henry cry and go to management.
Yep,
you can get rid of this dude. What they do? They put him. They gave him racial sensitivity training and put him right back on SmackDown.
What does racial sensitivity training involve?
Yeah, we're really gonna speak highly about the racial sensitivity of the fucking WWE. Really? Are we gonna fucking go there tonight? Yeah, because the WWE is racially and gender sensitive.
As it is.
I don't know. As of late, the NFL's been pretty rigged. Maybe Vince McMahon has his hands in it. Who knows?
He could. You never know. You never know.
All getting in there. Now the road to the Super Bowl goes through Vince McMahon.
Let me just say, we got WrestleMania coming up. We got WrestleMania coming to Philadelphia in 3 months. Fuck it, the Cardinals are gonna win this game against the Eagles. It'll be a great storyline in March when the Eagles come back.
Like you said, right down there, Ando, Jerry paid the refs.
Yep.
Hey, that might be Vince too.
68 Decker totally checked in. If you look at there's footage that shows both 70 and 68 going to talk to the ref, and the ref's just like, yeah, whatever, I didn't hear shit.
Hold on. Don't get me wrong. Fuck the Cowboys. Let me be clear about this. But have you looked at that lineup? Where 68 was lined up, he wasn't eligible. Does it matter?
The ref needs to go, yo, look, no, you ain't eligible. You can't just be there and be like, yep, and then walk away.
No,
absolutely.
He was not lined up in a position where he was eligible. So it doesn't matter that he declared because he wasn't fucking eligible.
Right. But that would involve like another layer of like Jerry paying them though. Do you know what I'm saying? Like that would involve like an on the fly adjustment by that referee to not make a call on top of like not letting somebody check in. Do you know what I'm saying? Like just if we're really entertaining the Jerry paid the refs thing, that would take like an on the fly decision that probably be pretty tough for that ref to make. If he was like, oh yeah, Jerry paid me, I got to fucking set this game up, right? It would take a little bit of like, so honestly, he probably did though. He probably did though. But like, yeah,
Paid him before the game.
Yeah, for sure. Or like, hey, maybe he'll pay me after if I do this.
Yeah. Remember if I do this?
Hey,
it's never bad to be on Jerry Jones's side, you know?
No, it ain't. It ain't.
They kick you a couple. I'd like to hang out with him, just be like, hey, Jerry, do you have like $1,000 you'll just give me? And he'd be like,
what, 1,000?
yeah.
Here's $1 million, man. I make $1 million.
Like,
I'm an old geezer.
Like,
I don't
here's
need
10
it.
grand. He has some weird
Hold on. I'm
Jewish
sorry.
dude pay me.
Did you say 1,000 or 110,000? Because that's $1 million. I'll give you that. I can't hear you very well.
I know one
Just like,
thing
wait.
for all you fantasy folks who play in week 18, such as myself, I got a championship game in week 18.
No.
Christian McCaffrey ain't
Name
playing.
drop.
He is out for week 18.
Hold on. I wanna. Okay, go ahead. Keep going. I'm gonna share something. I'm gonna share a picture of that fucking play.
Okay. So I guess Elijah Mitchell's gonna be in his spot. So we'll see what happens there. I hate week 18 in the NFL. I hate it.
Dude, that's why I stopped playing fantasy football, dude.
Okay,
Because
hold on.
of
Let me see if
week
this
18.
will actually zoom in like it's supposed to. Is it gonna? Nope. God damn it. There. Okay. So 68.
Yep.
That's who declared as eligible.
Mhm.
Yeah.
2 off of the center. He is lined up right
Yes.
off the guard. That means he is not eligible. Doesn't matter. That
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, bro. You can short side it. You can short side it on the front line. Yes, you can.
Yeah. And dude,
Absolutely.
the tackles can
He's
always report. The
100%
only person that's
eligible.
covering, the only person that can cover the tackle on the line like that is the tight end. If you look to the left of Decker, there's the tight end sitting right there. So the
Yep.
only person
The-
covering Decker is the tight end, which if he talks to the refs, which he did, and say,
Yep.
"Hey,
Or tried to.
I'm second in
Or
the
tried
line.
to talk to
I'm
him, yeah.
eligible."
Yeah.
And
Again,
he just thought
I don't like
that the
Brad
dude saw
Allen
him.
anyway. The fucker missed that blatant pass interference call in the Chiefs Packers game Sunday night.
I remember that.
Yeah, I don't like that
He-
dude.
Wasn't
He
Brad Allen
clearly-
the same one that blew that fucking Saints PI call in the playoffs?
Yep.
Yep, that was him too.
That's what I thought.
Yep.
Sorry, Dan.
The dude starts
You're
to go,
good.
"Huh, what? Huh, what? What?
What?
Yeah.
Here's my
it
flag."
was.
Here's the flag.
It looked like a dude who, like, I've been purposely ignored before, and that's sure what purposely ignored looked like. You know what I'm saying? Like, that dude was like purposely ignoring the guy behind him. Like, he's huge. You can see him. It's not like you just miss him. You don't just misplace that motherfucker. He's not a set of car keys. He's like
Right.
6'6",
A
fucking
kicker, maybe.
280.
You can maybe
Exactly.
maybe miss the kicker.
Humongous
Like,
dude. Humongous
almost-
dude.
He tries to use the first guy to block the second dude. If you notice in the video, like he's like, "Oh, I just didn't see him. Just didn't see him because I was making sure I didn't behind this other offensive tackle."
Simple mistake, man.
It's fucking crazy. And like he was like, "Oh, whatever they run here, it doesn't fucking matter who's eligible." Blah, blah, blah. I mean, I understand that you're like doing a lot of different shit there at the end of that game. Like as a ref, like I'm sure it's pretty nerve wracking as well. But like, fucking get your shit together, dude. You've been doing this for a long time. Like it wasn't that big of a call. Like just fucking call the game. Like I think he might have just been like seriously like too busy. Like he was like, oh, super concentrated on something else, and like just didn't pay attention. And that looks like what happened. So usually it doesn't matter.
Question: should Dan Campbell have taken the field goal and gone to overtime?
Oh, absolutely not. I like the
No.
I like the aggressive. Dude,
No.
everything about that play was perfect except the referee whistle on it. And you know what? I'm okay with the referee calling the whistle, but the flag needs to show up first. If you wait, they were celebrating in the end zone for about 10, 15 seconds before there was, hold on, there's a flag on the field. And keep in mind, it's Joe Buck and Troy Aikman, and Troy sees that shit. Troy's the first one to notice when there's a flag on the field. So for Joe and Troy to be like, they got the play. They got it. 30 seconds to go. It is a 1-point game. Wait, there's a flag on the field. Nah. If you're going to call that, it needs to be as close to the snap as it happens.
Right.
Because Allen's going to know it. And if Allen doesn't know it, the people talking to the referees are going to know it. So for Allen to sit there and be like, we got a flag on the field. Nah, dude.
Yeah.
Nope. And for this,
Uh,
because this is implications in seeding in the playoffs. Dallas loses this game. It doesn't matter how Philadelphia finishes on Sunday because of their loss to Arizona. It still makes it a 2-horse race for that NFC East. But for them to screw it up the way that they did, just it tightens that narrative of we need full-time referees who know the rule book, who know the plays, get the people who integrity-wise are not the best people there, get them out.
I don't know why the full-time refs isn't a thing. It should absolutely be a thing. That's one thing about the NFL that has always boggled me, especially in this day and age. It's not like the NFL doesn't have the fucking money.
No.
I mean, let's be honest here.
Is it about the money though?
Well,
Because those guys get paid pretty well, I think, and
I mean,
I don't know.
honestly, they probably do get paid enough where they don't have to work. Most of them just do.
Yeah.
But
What are you going to do for 8 months out of the year when there's no football?
right, and that part I can kind of understand, but that there should be a higher standard on the amount of work that the referees are putting in and identifying plays and understanding things that the NFL is focusing on and where we really shouldn't be getting involved. It's not like the refs don't have time.
And there needs to be accountability. Like at this point right now, Goodell needs to be like, you guys aren't reffing any playoff games at this point. So, because I mean,
they claim
like you and I have said already 3 times this year, that officiating crew has missed calls that can essentially ruin the games. Yeah, because if that Green Bay,
you're always going to go back to you shouldn't lose because of one bad call.
True.
Yeah.
Because of one bad call, you lost before that.
True.
And again, there's the other what ifs. Should obviously you guys are saying that Dan Campbell shouldn't have taken the field goal and tried to take him on in overtime.
The only in a normal like if it's me and I hate to say this because Madden is not the NFL, but in Madden I'm going to take the points. But a lot of the NFL is momentum. Detroit had all the momentum after that touchdown. So you take that 2-point conversion. Dallas has 2 timeouts with 30 seconds to go. It's not impossible with the way Dallas was throwing it to CeeDee Lamb all night. It wasn't impossible for Dallas to take it back, but
CeeDee Lamb was just sick. He was sick.
CeeDee Lamb was beast. But to answer your question, Seven, no, I'm the way that the momentum was playing. Take your shot and go for the 2-point conversion. That's how I would do it.
I agree.
Right.
Let's go on.
Average NFL referee salary, by the way, $205,000. Brad Allen makes the most. Brad Allen makes the most. It's $250,000 a year.
Brad Allen
makes the most.
Is the highest paid referee in the NFL.
He's the highest, one of the highest. I mean, I don't know how up to date these numbers are, but yeah, I mean, he's one of the highest paid in the NFL.
Oh,
he gets 10 grand a game.
The shortest of the referees gets the most money. Yeah.
Damn, 10 grand a game. Damn.
Pretty good. It's good. Pretty good for 3 hours work.
I mean, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Cleveland gets another win over the Jets. They get that win 37-20. Cleveland's still playing good football.
Joe Flacco is playing good football. Put some respect on that motherfucker's name. He's earned it. He's earned it. I'll give it to him.
Yeah.
I'll give it to him.
Yeah, he's
That's
earned
a
it.
former NFL Super Bowl MVP, bud. That 6'7" fucking weird ass looking.
They didn't have
He's going to
have Amari Cooper. They still got down with Elijah Moore. Njoku played well. Ford played really well with those 2 touchdown catches. Hey, I got to give it to them. They doing their thing in that defense.
Yeah.
Joe Flacco looks like Eddie Munster grown up.
I'm going to say whoever wins that AFC South, I'd like to see Jacksonville, but whoever draws Cleveland in that 4-5 matchup,
I feel for them.
They're in. They're in for it.
Yeah, I feel for them.
Joe Flacco is about to win comeback player of the year over a guy who literally died on the field.
Yep.
Like that's what's about to happen because you can't reasonably pick DeMar Hamlin over Joe Flacco. DeMar Hamlin has 2 tackles on the season. He's played like 4 games.
Right. He wasn't a real great player when it happened.
He was a second string player when it happened. He was only in because of injury.
Yeah.
Like Joe Flacco.
He just didn't have the heart.
I see what you did there.
I ain't touching that one.
It goes wide
Will ain't
open
touching
now.
that one. Will ain't touching that one. I'll let Seven do
It goes
that.
wide
Will
open
ain't
now.
touching that one.
No, you
Yeah,
didn't have to.
no.
Will the
I
paramedics
ain't
did?
cancel.
All I said was he didn't have the heart, bro. You know what that means? It's obviously a thing
Yeah,
Right?
no.
for a
Now,
football
let
player.
me pivot.
Ridiculous. Get your minds out of the gutter.
Damn it, Dan.
All right, let me pivot.
Minds out of the gutter.
Has Lamar done enough to win MVP?
Yeah, probably.
Considering that that's now a quarterback award, I'm going to say yeah. I would still give it to McCaffrey.
Yeah,
I
it
would.
should go to McCaffrey,
I
but
would give it to McCaffrey, but
for a quarterback award, yeah. I Brock Purdy deserves more respect than he's getting.
yeah.
They're discrediting because he's a 7th round pick, but I think that should be swung more in his favor because he's doing what he's doing despite being Mr. Irrelevant.
Yeah.
But realistically, for the MVP voters, it's going to be Lamar, and there are worse choices.
True. That's true.
Could
I
give it to
think
Aaron
that-
Rodgers. Hey guys, I
Aaron
played
Rodgers
4
is clearly
plays
the
this year.
MVP.
Yep.
Clearly the MVP.
Look,
He's
we
comeback
just
player of the
need
year
to give-
too.
Yep.
If his ancestors were voting on it, they would be.
He
They'd
was
be all over it.
Ayahuasca,
the
man.
reason he was ready sooner was because the healing hands of 1,000 ancestors were massaging his injury to heal.
Gigantic ego.
So now, you still got to answer questions about the Dolphins. They still,
The
And the
Dolphins
fact
are
that
gonna
they
lose to
lost
Buffalo.
Chubb. They lost Chubb.
I saw
for
that
the
last
rest of
job.
the-
I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw that.
No.
Yeah, that hurts.
No,
That's gonna
so
hurt.
the Dolphins' saving grace is that they won enough of their games against the really bad teams to clinch a playoff spot.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, I'd like to see Miami win. That's just me. I think Miami is an easier draw for whoever draws the 7th seed versus Buffalo being the 2. And this being a Kansas City fan, because we're the 3 seed, I do not want to meet Buffalo in the playoffs. So
How about my boy Josh Allen?
a Buffalo loss with a Pittsburgh, Jacksonville, and then the winner of Indy and Houston keeps Buffalo out of the playoffs.
And
But
speaking of Buffalo, my concern with Buffalo is the fact that you're playing winning football and you're doing it, and I don't know
But
if
you're
it's a
not
credit,
convincing.
or I don't know if it's a credit to Josh Allen or more of a concern. Stephon Diggs have done literally nothing these
Nope.
past few games. He's literally done nothing,
again, it comes back to
and they're still
Go ahead.
winning, they're still playing winning football.
I want to hear Dan's take on this, but my question on this is going to be how much of that is Josh Allen and Diggs' connection, and how much of that is just teams knowing that they need to take Diggs out of the fucking game to have a chance? That's my question.
Yeah. I mean, Josh Allen is playing really well. Josh Allen just figured out how to play like Josh Allen. Like he figured out how to fucking win. Like I said it last night. Like he figured out how to win like Josh Allen can win, and like he just swallowed his pride. He's not going to be a dude who throws for 350 and fucking throws dimes all over the field and shit. That's not him.
No,
He is just willing the Bills to win with just raw athleticism, essentially. That's what it is. That's what a lot of it is. He's kind of smart with the ball, but like obviously the fucking red zone picks and shit are an issue. But like he's gonna will him there with he's gonna run for fucking what's he got rushing this year? Hang on. He literally has
Over
he has like 16 rushing touchdowns or something like that at this point. Yeah, for sure. 16. So that's the tied for the most in a single season since Jalen Hurts last year, which I heard that stat. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, but like he's had literally the last 4 weeks, he's had 6 touchdowns rushing. So like the dude is literally a running back fullback that throws the ball.
He's the true white Michael Vick.
yeah,
Pretty much.
We were
joking.
joking
Big
about
boy,
Daniel
too.
Jones last year, but Josh Allen at his full potential, this is exactly what it is. This is why I'm so critical of him, because I knew he was fucking up. He was making stupid decisions when he should have just been running with the fucking ball.
Yeah. When you're averaging 4.8 yards a run for Josh Allen and your leading running back is also averaging 4.8 yards, yeah, keep the ball
James
in the hands of the guy who's going to make the plays.
James Conner is cutting
Cook.
defensive lines
James
up.
Cook.
James
Or
Cook.
James Cook.
Mhm.
James Cook is cutting defensive
Connor
lines
got down 2 yesterday.
Guys
Though.
up Kansas City's offensive or defensive line multiple times.
Yeah. Let's not forget what he did to Dallas too.
Exactly. This is the Bills getting right exactly when they need to, because this is the type of offense the Bills should have had the whole time. The whole
Let's
time.
not forget.
Yes.
Let's not forget. You brought him up. James Conner had a good game too. Shout out to James. He had a good game this week too as well. So shout out to James. And he
James
also
Conner looked spry. He
Yeah.
looked very young and spry.
yeah.
Game-winning
yes.
touchdown.
Mhm. But
I still
Buffalo,
had
you're
cancer.
right. Buffalo's peaking.
In,
Buffalo's
in
peaking.
college.
It's
But you're right. Buffalo's peaking.
here's the thing, and like I said, if Buffalo's offense was playing like this consistently over the last 3 seasons, Josh Allen has at least 1 Super Bowl.
I think he also
He's
has an
been right
MVP.
there the whole time. This is the piece that Buffalo's been missing, and this is why Ando and I both don't want Buffalo to win against the Dolphins.
That's
We
what it
want the
is.
Dolphins to squeak it out, but that's exactly what's going to happen. Is the Bills are going to beat them, and honestly, I think it's going to be by more than a touchdown.
Mhm.
Because once Buffalo gets going, they're not going to stop, and the Dolphins don't have the defense to stop that offense when it's firing on all cylinders. They
Yeah.
just don't. And
Well, the saving grace that Miami has going up against Buffalo is they finally have a defensive back. They have 2. They have Xavier Howard, who's back from injury,
Yeah,
and now
Jalen
they got
Ramsey.
Jalen Ramsey, who's back from injury, and they didn't have either one of those guys in the first game against Buffalo. So you have the potential, if Miami game plans it right, to slow down. This could very well be a slogger fight of a 13-10, 17-14, 17-16 type of game where because
Advantage
I
Buffalo.
think exactly
Oh, hell
because
yeah.
Buffalo has that ability to lull you to sleep with the running game, and then Josh Allen 3rd and 6, 3rd and 8, 3rd and 10. Hey, I can take off. Tua can pull that off too, but Tua's not known for that. Tua's going to sit in the pocket and throw in 2 or 3 seconds. So.
But let me play devil's advocate for a second. Does Miami have to grind it out? I mean, when you have the running back like Devon A-Chain back there who can hit home runs,
Not to mention Raheem
you got Raheem
Mostert,
Mostert can do the same. Do you have
That's
to really
Mostert on a
grind
hot dog.
games out when those guys can just
Yeah.
take one handoff and be gone?
there's
Well,
there Miami's offense is still stacked, just like it was at the beginning of the year.
Mhm.
Miami's problem all year, and the reason they've only beaten bad teams is because of the fact that their defense doesn't show up when it needs to.
Yep.
And this is a time when you need your defense. If you're Miami, you need your defense to show up. You need your defense to be the star of this fucking game.
They got
Yep.
to come through.
And
Got to come through.
there has not been an instance this year when Miami needed their defense to show up, and it actually showed up the way that they
Yep.
needed to.
Or
So-
their offense shits the bed and makes a bad play or 2.
exactly.
Because that
Yep.
game against Kansas City in Germany,
Mhm.
they had 2 sacks back to back.
Miami
was the
should've
same
won that
thing-
game.
Yeah.
Miami should have won that game.
So
Yeah.
the biggest issue with the Bills like not doing this with Josh Allen the whole time was that they thought he was going to get hurt. I think it's like my guess. And you're not going to hurt him, dude. He's huge.
And at-
he's
and at
fucking
this point-
huge.
And at this point right now, I mean, yeah, you'll lose him for the playoffs if he gets hurt, but do you have a better chance of making the playoffs with him playing aggressive, or do you have a better chance of him being, you know what, I'm going to take a back seat. I'll let Cook and everybody. No, Allen is the type of player who's going to keep the ball in his hand, and odds be damned if I get hurt, so be it. But our team has a better chance to win with me on the field.
I don't think
Yep.
he's going to get hurt. Like, I think
Yeah.
I think that the
Not a
safeties and corners and shit are making fucking business decisions tackling that motherfucker, dude. They are
He's
making business decisions.
He's one of the
He's-
most stout quarterbacks in the league, if not
Mhm.
the most stout. And
He's
that's
the biggest one.
He's been
He can
durable.
run.
He's taken some hard fucking hits running because he's been their leading rusher.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
he's been taking those
Fullback.
hits. And I don't know why they haven't, and that's why this is where my issue's been the whole fucking time. If they would have been
Might
doing
just
what
take-
they're doing now, they would have a fucking Super Bowl.
Right. It might just take him
That
that long to
13
like
second,
figure it
yeah,
out.
that 13
if they
second
weren't gonna
game
break
against
him.
Kansas City goes the other way.
Mhm.
For sure.
Yeah, I think because
Also, did you guys see the Mike McDaniels thing real quick, where he's talking about acquiring Tyreek Hill? Did you guys see that?
No.
Oh my god, he's literally like, dude, he's just talking about like their GM came to him one day and just like threw it out there like, hey, I think Tyreek Hill might be available, and he literally obsessed over it for like 3 weeks, dude. He talks about like going watching film because he goes, yeah, I'll just go watch this film. He's like, I didn't even think he was like attainable, like he thought he was like untouchable, basically. Like the Chiefs were always going to keep him, and he's like, he said he went and back and watched like he's like, well, it turned into every Tyreek catch. He goes, and then it turned into every offensive play that they ran with him on the field. He's like, and then it just got deeper and deeper. He's like, I went into a rabbit hole for like 3 weeks. He's like, and then he goes, and then it made me nervous. He goes, because I felt like we might not be able to get him. And he's like, and I was so obsessed at that point. He goes that I needed it. He's like, I needed to get him. He's like, and he was just like, he's so honest about it. It's awesome because like, yeah, he's just like, yeah, I watched every offensive play they ran. It's like the difference that guy makes is fucking unreal because of his speed. It's literally it's Randy Moss. It's like Randy Moss in a little bite-sized package.
Yeah,
it's basically what it is.
Randy Moss with like explosive speed. Just a heads up, Texas just scored a touchdown with 17 seconds left at the half. UW and Texas are tied at 21. Winner takes on Michigan in the national championship game.
I do want to say real quick to pivot back on Miami. That's a quick strike offense. That could be an issue. And if you get Jaden Waller back to go with Tyreek Hill, ooh.
And that's why I think I can understand the predictions of the low score. But I think this is going to be 30-point on each side shootout.
Yeah.
There's going to be some whiffs. There's going to be some whiffs and some punts. But I think like 38 to 20, 38-30.
As a fan, if I don't see both teams score 30 points trying to get that second seed, as a fan, I'm disappointed because you want both teams to go out swinging. Now, the only downside with going out and swinging like that is you're gonna tire yourself out for that 7th seed team that comes in.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, also, is it like, I mean, it's not like what you want to do with your Buffalo, but like Josh Allen can fucking shoot it out with the best of them too, man. We've seen him do it. Seen him do it.
All right.
The dude can sling it.
Yep.
All right, I want to go ahead and pivot one more time. I want to talk to you guys about the Russell Wilson situation over in Denver. Look.
You mean Sierra's husband?
Yeah, Sierra's husband. Look.
Because that's what he is now. He's not a all-pro quarterback. He's
That's just Sierra's husband. That's all it is.
A couple years ago.
Look, but I will say this. And I think it's wrong because we kid about Russell, but the thing about Russell is a Super Bowl champion.
Mm-hmm.
And I just think
he's an MVP too, isn't he?
And
no,
I think
he hasn't won MVP.
He
He didn't even win Super Bowl MVP because Malcolm Smith won it the year that Seattle beat Denver.
Yep. Yeah. But I think Sean Payton was wrong. And the reason why I say that is because you don't do a quarterback of his caliber let that on the field.
Yeah. Now,
I'm still trying to figure out why he yelled at him in the first place. Yeah. Unless he calls an audible or something that he shouldn't have called. I mean, an offsides wasn't his fault. So why are you yelling at him in the first place?
It's
to take him back to the locker room if you're going to do that.
You're talking about that game when
you don't do that to your QB.
You're talking about that game, Denver at Detroit, when they got called for that offsides on the offensive formation. Yeah, dude. I said it to my sister and my brother when it happened because we were watching the game. I was like, dude, that's a conversation you need to have in the locker room. You don't chastise your quarterback like that on the sideline. No, if you're the leader, of that offense,
particularly a quarterback of his caliber.
Yeah.
Now, if it's Easton Stick,
yeah.
If it's that dude Browning in Cincinnati, okay, I got you.
Davis Mills is getting yelled at on the sideline.
Oh, the Mechaneck definitely getting yelled at in the sideline. Mechaneck definitely gonna get it.
You're talking to a grown man. Like let's not
He's accomplished things.
Yeah,
grown man who's accomplished things. He's built a brand. Don't get me wrong.
It's gonna be a hell of a Fox. It's gonna be a hell of a Fox analyst, Tony. He's a hell of a Fox analyst.
He's established, and he wears the Jerry curl well. Like we can all say it. He does.
Oh, those suits are going to be ridiculous. Watch him on Fox pregame.
Oh yeah, so good.
Fox pregame. This cross necklace on.
Boy, I'm telling you, he represents that so well.
This play right here was the one that won the Super Bowl. If you look at it here, this guy, perfect timing, just cut the play perfectly right there. I'm Sierra's husband, by the way, and he just cut it right up perfectly right there. Beautiful.
He wore the Soul Glow well. He was it really well.
Danger Witch is the best sandwich at Subway.
He's a biracial angel.
The thing that occurred to me, or the thing that I saw that was interesting, was that apparently the NFLPA is investigating the situation because according to the CBA and the NFL bylaws, benching a quarterback for not renegotiating his contract is a violation.
It's
That's some bullshit too.
Yeah.
That was
It-
some bullshit.
Does,
I mean,
does,
you could,
does
I mean, if
anybody
you go
else
back
get?
and look at his record the previous month,
Mhm.
that man was like, I think it was the month before.
They
He was
won
like undefeated.
games. They won 6 straight games.
Yeah.
Keeping themselves in the playoff hunt. Does anybody else get Derek Carr and Raider vibes with this same benching? Because this is exactly what happened
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
This is
They-
exactly what happened to Carr when he got benched for Stidham in Vegas
Yeah.
last year.
Yeah.
Exact same scenario.
I
But the thing
understand
about it,
and you're in Denver has
And you
not
were in both teams. Both teams were in playoff contention still. The
Yep.
Raiders were still in playoff contention when that happened,
mhm,
and then the Broncos were still in playoff contention. Hell, had the Broncos or hell had the Chiefs lost to the Bengals, the Broncos would be fighting for would be fighting for that division. And then at that point, as Sean Payton, do you go, "Oh, we made it to the playoffs. Let's bring Russ back because he has that playoff experience." Would Russ go back?
you can't.
No.
no, you can't. You
Yeah,
can't.
no,
and I
you-
feel sorry for Stidham. I feel sorry for him. You in the same spot you were with the Raiders. The
Yep.
same spot.
It's go ahead, Dan. Sorry.
No, you're fine. Is anybody else getting like some John Elway might be like up there? Just like Denver's never going to have another good quarterback because John Elway's just up there like,
Is
oh,
Elway
nobody
still
can win as
part
many
of the
playoff
decision?
games.
I thought
I
Elway
didn't
was
think
out.
He's
Elway
not
was
part of
part of
decision making.
decision-making.
He's
I
not.
thought
Like,
Elway
you
was
know
out.
he is. But you know he is though. Like you know he's still like a senior advisor or some shit. He still has a position. He's not the GM anymore, but like he still has a position there.
Yeah,
So
you got
I'm
you
sure
pulled.
like-
I got you. I got you.
Yeah,
I got it.
for sure.
I got it.
think he has the
I
most.
got it.
You got pulled. I got you. Okay.
I'm going to crawl down this rabbit hole because I'm that type of guy. Dan, are you insinuating that John Elway does not want a quarterback to break any of his records or be like, I'm going to be the
Yep.
best quarterback in Bronco history. So
Absolutely.
Russell Wilson,
Yes, all quarterbacks. Fucking Drew Lock, get the fuck out of here. For real. Fucking Jay Cutler,
mean-
one of my favorite cigarette smoking quarterbacks ever.
yep.
Fucking yeah, like he.
Okay.
he's-
The bad. Do you
They
want to
made
know what's
Jake
really
Plummer
bad?
win the mushrooms.
The bad thing is I could see Elway doing this.
Plummer?
I can
Plummer.
see the horse-faced quarterback totally doing that.
Yeah, he looks like
I
the,
can
the
see it.
Broncos logo.
I still say, and I
The Broncos logo is
know,
not a horse. It actually is
No,
just
it's
John
John
Elway.
Elway's. It's just John Elway's replicated face.
I
Like,
know
that's
I'm
what-
in a
that's what we get.
minority, but I still say John Elway don't win nothing without TD. He still don't win nothing without
Absolutely
Terrell
not.
Davis.
And that
Absolutely
offensive
not.
line.
He don't
And
win
that
nothing without
offensive
Terrell
line.
Davis.
And that
Nothing.
defense.
And Shannon Sharp.
Mike Shanahan.
Yep,
Mike
yep, yep.
Shanahan.
You mean
Yep.
Unk, man? Unk.
Unk.
Ed McCaffrey,
love
the
watching that.
patriarch.
Yep.
Rod
Yep.
Smith.
That's
I kind of want to steal some
Yeah,
of
Ed
Ed
McCaffrey,
McCaffrey's
how
sperm.
good Ed McCaffrey was. He was very good.
he was
Like,
very-
yeah. Why
Dude looks
steal some of that guy's
underrated, though.
sperm?
Yeah. Very underrated.
So, yep.
Very underrated. All right. Next thing I want to talk about. I need Randy Moss to shut the fuck up. Listen, and I know Dan's going to have issues with me on this, but I don't give a damn.
Straight
need to
cash,
shut the fuck
homie.
up. He need to shut the fuck up. And I saying
Straight
this,
cash, homie.
you are not better than Jerry Rice. No, you are not better than Jerry
He
Rice.
is.
And
He is.
for Ojo Cinco to come up and say, well, it's more about the numbers. How are we supposed to judge these players without numbers? How?
You can't.
You can't
That's,
do it without
that's a
numbers.
situation where it isn't about the numbers, though.
People forget Jerry Rice played on 2 all-decade teams. 2.
Statistically, he is
Just
the greatest
saying.
wide receiver. He's
He-
the
he
greatest
got
position
more-
player ever.
so-
He's got
I'm
more
gonna-
yards. He got more yards than him and T.O.
The
And
argument.
touchdowns.
The
And
argument.
touchdowns.
The argument
anybody.
that I'll make with Randy Moss is I think in a situation where how do I word it? There are certain situations where I'm going to trust Randy to get the ball more than I'm going to get Jerry. If I'm just talking simple go route or simple slant, I'm going to Jerry every time. But if I need somebody to make a jump ball in the end zone, I'm going to go to Randy. I think
And
Randy.
I see where you're going with that. I see where you and
Randy-
Dan are going with that because when you look
I'm
at
in-
the difference
I'm
between
in
the
the
two
boat.
of them,
I'm in the boat
between
where
the two of them,
yeah,
Randy Moss is a physical freak.
absolutely.
I mean, who's going to out-jump him at the receiver position? T.O. ain't going to out-jump Randy Moss.
No, it's not. It's not necessarily who's going to outjump him. Who's going to cover Randy on the defense, play after play after play.
Nobody.
Nobody can get that height.
Nobody.
So,
Dude.
Where Randy did not take plays off,
yep,
which was my only issue with Randy Moss. When he did not take plays off,
yep.
you can't single cover him.
You
gotta
had
have
to drop
somebody-
you had to drop a safety to him. So that really
Yeah.
makes the rest of the game 9 on 10. And that is what makes Randy Moss the fucking goat of wide receivers, because he changed the way that defenses played every single team he was on. 2 highest scoring teams before, obviously there's been a couple of them since, I think, but I think they're 3rd and 4th now, would have been the 2007 New England Patriots
and the 1998
Minnesota Vikings.
Yep.
And the only player that was on both of those teams and was a mainstay on both of those teams, obviously the fucking number 1 option was Randy Moss.
No,
and like that's what he did.
Tom Brady's spirit was inside Randall Cunningham all those times. You know that.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
But Tom had to go
Dante
back to school
Culpepper.
during. Yep. Well, Dante Culpepper was in college. Well, so was
He was
so
after,
Tom.
yeah, but
98. Yeah, Tom. No, Tom was in Michigan.
It was Cunningham. Yeah, it was Cunningham. His rookie year. Moss's rookie year was around and then it was like
first
really
year in Minnesota.
And second, I think, and then Culpepper
First and
was
second, then you got
2000.
Colbert that 3rd.
Yeah.
Culpepper that 3rd.
No, Culpepper started playing for Minnesota. I want to say in 2002. I think is when he started. No, because he was on the cover of.
2002?
He was on the cover of Madden 2001. So he would have taken over probably 99 or 2000.
Would have been the 2000 season.
Mm-hmm.
Culpepper was good too.
Culpepper was overrated.
You think
Because
so?
he had Randy Moss.
I think
Because
so,
had
dude.
Randy
He
Moss,
didn't do anything without Moss.
Yeah.
Look at his
Yeah.
numbers
He was
without Moss.
Donovan McNabb
Yeah.
on Wish.
Yeah.
Timu.
wish.
Timu.
I'm sorry, but I agree with that 100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
But to
I like
me,
him.
and maybe I'm too old school, but I still think Jerry Rice is the
I'm-
good wide receiver.
As far as
Now-
the
Absolutely is.
defense is concerned,
Now,
No,
if you want to take people receivers, more physical receivers,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, well, Randy Moss and T.O. are way better athletes
Absolutely.
than Jerry Rice ever
Absolutely.
was. But
would you take T.O. and Moss over Megatron though?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
Moss-
That dude,
I
I
would.
don't.
over
And
Megatron.
T.O.
I would.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
tough though. It's tough. But I would.
Steroid, like roided out T.O., dude. Like, what was it, 2006, 7 when he was with the
Yeah.
Eagles? And he literally like broke his ankle and like came back
Yeah.
like that year.
Well,
Like, he broke his ankle
Can
in
you
the game.
imagine
Yeah.
if they would have won that Super Bowl?
It was like his femur. They were expecting it like a 4-month recovery, and he came back in like 6 weeks because he didn't
Yeah.
want to miss the Super Bowl. So,
Can you imagine if they would have won that game? He would have been MVP.
yep.
Who they play in that game? In the Super
New
Bowl?
England.
Yeah, it was the Patriots.
Who was New England's? Was it Ty Law or was it who was the New
No, I
England
think
corner
Law
at
was
that time?
off the team by that time because Law
Okay,
was
so
playing in Buffalo. I
They had a
want
really
to
good corner.
say
It was fucking dude. I don't
Asante Samuel.
Asante
Maybe
Samuel.
Asante Samuel.
It was Asante Samuel. Okay, dude. T.O. okey doked Asante Samuel, like just literally caught a screen pass and just twisted Asante Samuel, one of the best corners in the league at that time, like one of the fastest dudes in the league. Just
Mhm.
and the dude fell down, and I was like, oh boy. I was like, and
did
this
they
is 240 pound.
Mhm.
This is 240 pounds.
On
for Ellis.
basically
Like,
a leg
he
and a
is
half.
Legit. Yeah, dude. He was legitimately like fucking. I mean, he was roided out. It was gore.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Oh yeah,
Like,
hell yeah.
but like still, I mean, that's kind of like fun. He looked like like an NFL blitz player. Like he looked like
Hey,
like an arcade.
hey,
Looked like
he-
the actual
hey,
version.
yeah, while you bull junking around, he almost he if he didn't dial it back that next season, I thought he was gonna look like David Boston from back in the day.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
If he didn't back it down that
Jake
next
and I have
season,
talked about that a couple of times actually.
Yeah.
Fucking tearing his Achilles and shit.
yeah.
On cuts because he weighs 280 pounds. It's like, what in the fuck are you
The
doing?
hell are you doing?
Your tendons don't grow with those muscles, bud. I don't know.
No.
That's my
people
tendons,
figure
man.
this out.
That's
Yeah,
what
that's
I'm
my
saying.
tendons.
He don't even play no
That's
damn
my
NFL.
quarterback.
He ain't WWE.
I do that all the time, dude. That's my quarterback. I love it. That's my quarterback, man. That's so good. I love it. It's so
Oh,
freaking
man.
It's pretty fake. I think
Yeah.
that was some
And
crocodile
he said
shit.
that of Romo of all people. Like if he'd have did
Well-
that for McNabb, I think Philadelphia would have been like, okay, we'll keep him another year. We'll put up with this
Right.
bullshit. No.
Yeah.
At that point, Jerry Jones wanted the sideshow antics. Terrell started crying on camera. Oh, this is
Or
good
was-
press. Let's
Y'all
go.
remember that?
Let's
Y'all
go.
remember
Good
that
press.
workout
Terrell's
he did at home?
estrogen levels. Terrell's
Yep.
estrogen levels were a little bit high that day.
Well, they had that.
they were a little bit off.
balance it out with the steroids, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, no, he
You guys
had
remember that
unbalanced
workout
them
he
with the
did at
steroids.
home?
Yes. Oh yeah. The
That was funny.
sit-ups and
Yep.
shit.
Yeah,
Yep.
that was funny. All
Bro,
right, the other thing I want to talk about real quick, before we move on to basketball, it looks like the Bears have locked down the #1 draft pick in
Yep,
this
they
current
did.
NFL draft. Y'all think they're gonna stick with Justin Fields or go get
No.
Caleb Williams? What y'all think?
you take
Dude,
care.
I don't-
They're gonna take Caleb Williams.
I would.
Here's
I
7. I'll let you talk about it before I do. I want to hear your opinions on this, man.
I'm 100% taking Justin Fields over Caleb Williams.
I got to agree.
no,
So
man.
here's
Hold on.
here's
The Caleb Williams, the same nutsack at USC that we just watched shit the field all fucking season is
Yeah.
going to be is who we're arguing
Savior.
for the number one draft pick. Are you fucking serious? I'd rather
Dude.
see roided out Tim Tebow trying out for that quarterback position on the other side of Justin Fields than Caleb fucking
God.
Williams.
So let me ask you a question. So let
Caleb
me ask you,
Williams
what-
here.
so let me
let
ask you
me
this. Let me play devil's advocate. So which way do you pivot to? Since you're not gonna get Caleb
you
Williams,
trade.
you get
Trade
Marvin
the-
Harrison Jr.
Trade it down.
Trade the first.
Trade it
Trade
down.
the first
Trade it
overall
down.
pick.
Okay.
Somebody
Okay.
somebody will overpay for Caleb Williams.
Yeah, for sure.
Here's my philosophy, right? If you would have asked me back in week 8, week 9, where Justin wasn't healthy and Justin wasn't producing the numbers, I would have said absolutely trade Fields, see what you can get for Fields. But Fields has grown in that offense. I still don't think Eberflus is the answer. Get rid of Eberflus. But Fields
Oh,
over
hell
the
yeah.
past 4 or 5 games has proven that he can grow and learn an offense. So I just so happen to have the leading quarterback stats. Justin Fields in 13 games is the 23rd highest passing quarterback via yards. He has 2,400 yards. The kid has 16 touchdowns and only 9 interceptions.
That's a good one.
That is less interceptions than Tua Tagovailoa, less interceptions than
Josh
Brock
Allen.
Purdy, less interceptions than Jared Goff, Patrick
Allen.
Mahomes, Matt Stafford, Josh Allen. The kid can play. Put him in the right system, and they're utilizing him the way that Buffalo is utilizing Josh Allen. Use the legs; it opens up the passing game.
I want to say one thing, and then I'll kick this to Dan. Unless you can get Jim Harbaugh as your to come away from Michigan, unless you can get Harbaugh to come away from Michigan, you're running with Justin Fields. Now, if you're going to get Harbaugh away from Michigan, which I don't think he's leaving college football, but if you can get him and he wants Caleb Williams, he has NFL and college experience.
Yeah.
I have no choice but to yield to that in that case.
But the dominoes have to fall right.
The dominoes have to fall exactly like that, because otherwise, or another coach that has had college and NFL experience.
Because
But if the enemy wants Caleb Williams, and that's who you're going to hire as your coach in Chicago. Eric Bieniemy, no, we're going to trade the pick down. You're going to work with Justin Fields.
Yeah. Work with the guy that experience above all is the most important part in the quarterback's repertoire.
But unless it's Harbaugh, I'm not justifying it.
You know what? I can agree with that, man. If Harbaugh somehow gets to Chicago, I would do okay. So let's run it like this then, 7. Do you still trade Fields, or as Harbaugh, do you keep Fields and then trade Caleb Williams for a year or 2?
Keep Justin Fields.
You absolutely keep Justin Fields, because
so you don't trade Justin Fields as any type of trade bait or anything.
Unless you get a substantial offer from a team that needs a quarterback. Like if Atlanta comes knocking with a solid piece like Kyle Pitts and a couple of other things, you start to listen. But it's got to be a trade that's going to legitimately make your team better, even though you're going to be using a rookie quarterback at that point.
Yeah,
but they'll do that for the number 1 pick, though. 7, won't they? I mean, they'll do that. Like the number 1 pick's value is way over what fucking Justin Fields' value is right now.
Absolutely, and that's
I think that.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, look at what Carolina traded Chicago for that first pick last year.
Mm-hmm.
Chicago was in the same position last year that they are now. Look, we got the first overall pick. We have a quarterback who I have to believe they have some semblance and confidence in. So Chicago, I got a feeling Chicago is going to be listening for offers.
Oh
man.
Oh shit!
Bet my left nut she doesn't end up showing up. But no,
cut it, sir. Cut it.
Yeah, Fields though. Is she just gonna? It's just gonna be a blank screen.
Erica, I need you to.
Oh, there she is. Oh, there goes my left nut. There goes my left nut.
My blazing Asian.
I'm so glad I got to remove your left nut since you're a Yankees fan. That makes me so much more satisfied to be a Dodgers fan.
You support the division of the West with shittier results. Like,
Oh,
You're
and
just
much-
pissed off. You're just pissed
People
off
entire
because
Los
your
Angeles.
Red Sox didn't seal the deal like LA did. So, bitch,
we have
your team.
Giolito now, and I have to believe that matters because I have nothing else to clutch to right now.
We all
Yeah.
are going to agree that the Dodgers are going to win 111 games, not match the Mariners' 2001 win
And
total,
go-
and then get choke it in the playoffs. It's what they do. It's the Dodgers.
Okay.
Unless it's a strike shortened season or we have another outbreak of COVID or whatever virus we have.
It's
Erica,
all about the bubble.
exactly. If there's no bubble,
For
the
LA
Dodgers
sports
don't
teams,
win it.
it's all about the
I'm
bubble.
sorry. By the way, it's nice to finally be on a podcast with you. It's about
You as well. It's nice to meet you.
I was
Yeah,
keeping your seat warm, but
It's
now
a
I'm
pretty
not
rare
getting it up.
thing. It's about every 5 to 6 months.
It is.
About every
It
5 to
is.
6
It
months.
is.
So it's pretty rare occurrence.
Going up.
It's like a fucking full eclipse or whatever.
Hey,
That's what
it's
I'm
a new year, new Erica. Okay, leave her.
Hey,
leave her alone, man.
let's
New year,
not
new day.
bullshit it.
Tomatoes,
Come on.
2024.
It's a new year, new day, baby.
Yes,
Hey.
it is.
Dan, what were you
One
saying?
last thing about Justin Fields though. Yeah, we'll get back on subject. Sorry. Justin Fields just wants to more than Caleb Williams does too. Like if you think about it, like Caleb Williams don't give a fuck about playing football, dude. He
No,
literally
no.
he literally said like he
You
was
would've-
like, oh yeah, I can make more money here at USC. Like he probably wants to stay at USC for a second. Like he wants to stay at USC. He'll probably just stay next year because he'll be like, yeah, I can just get paid more by the NIL and like I can be famous on USC's campus because he knows when he gets to the NFL, that dude. Like I feel like I know when players have quit in them, and like Caleb Williams has a lot of quit in him.
A
Like
lot.
I feel like he does. I don't think that's like a weird thing to like kind of notice.
There's-
Like that he has a lot of
There is a level of character that I do not like with Caleb. I think when going into this college season, he was given so much of the hype. He's like, yeah, man, yeah, we're gonna be real good. And then you watch his demeanor and how he lost to some of the games. Like the game against Washington, it's a tough game to lose, but your offense had so many opportunities to make that game happen, and your defense shit the bed.
Caleb
I
Williams
mean,
got a lot of Jay Cutler in him,
Exactly. But
which I'm not. I like. Once again,
I don't
love Jay.
I don't understand.
but-
Like one of the things that I've noticed this year, especially this year in college football, is there's so many players who are like, "Oh, we're not making it to the college football playoffs," or "This isn't to enhance my draft. I'm not going to play." And as a fan, don't get me wrong, I'm glad that kid from USC threw 6 touchdowns and made his name, and he's going to be the starting quarterback for USC next year. But that was the perfect opportunity, Caleb, for you to be like, "Hey, this is my final showing. This is my team, my coach who dragged me from Oklahoma to USC so that I could play in the same system that I'm comfortable in. Nah, man, I'm just not going to play. Fuck off,
Yep.
out of here, man. Seriously, dude.
Yeah, he's
Like,
he's all
dude,
about Caleb
if-
Williams' future for sure.
If it were me,
Which-
I don't care. I don't care if I'm playing in the Wasabi Computer Defense Fenway Bowl that they announced this year. Yes, that is a real bowl game. And Washington State made it. I don't care if I'm, hey, I might break my ankle or I may throw 4 interceptions and completely tank my draft stock. That's an opportunity for me to represent my team, man. I'm going to go out there and I would hope that my brothers have my back.
I think that's bullshit though. Like I don't think
What?
I don't think
No.
you would, dude. If like you were in
What?
that position, I don't think that you would be all about like, oh, the
Dude,
team and USC. Like he doesn't give a fuck, dude. Like if
He
you put
doesn't,
yourself in
but-
his shoes,
I'm not going to because I'm not Caleb Williams, man. I
you can't
just-
even imagine being in Caleb Williams' position and being
I'm
like,
gonna
hey,
say-
I don't give a shit about USC. I just want to make my money in the NFL.
I care about my team, right? There's a certain
That is
level. You say
Fucking
what you want, man.
picturesque.
Say what you want.
That is
Say what you want.
picturesque. But I'm saying like
Say
I
what you
don't think that you would be like that if it was actually.
Say what you
I'm just saying like I don't think you would be like that if you were actually in that position.
want. Okay.
'Cause,
And
like,
then, agree to disagree. But
He's-
if you guys told me, hey, Brandon, you have a choice between the Sports Reports podcast and ESPN, I'm going to say,
ESPN.
fuck,
ESPN.
that's a horrible.
You're
I know.
That's
ESPN
a
is
horrible because I'm
terrible.
leaving all you motherfucker for ESPN. I ain't gonna say it a lot.
We
We
will
all 3 of you motherfuckers.
We're all going to piece the fuck out of here, dude.
We all
We'll
just
just
piece the fuck out.
kick you out. Yeah.
we will call you a dumbass to your face. Like respect.
Yeah,
Okay,
and
hold on.
kick you probably kick you out and let you not back to the sports report. If you're gonna
No,
make this
let
decision.
me rephrase it then. Let me re-put it like this. If it were this or undisputed with Skip Bayless, I'm doing this 10 out of 10.
I know
Undisputed
where
Skip
seven
Bayless,
going.
100%.
I know what settings
You
go.
better get on the undisputed
Oh, no.
now.
I'm getting on to undisputed because I'm gonna find more evidence that motherfucker's an alien. I'm going. I'm gonna get my black ass. I'm going.
I'm pretty sure Shannon Sharp said that there was never any flies in the studio. So
I'm
that's
just saying.
there was never flies in there. There was never any flies, and he doesn't know how, but like he never saw a fly inside the studio. Whenever you're around Skip Bayless, you never see a fly because he gets him with his tongue. It's literally, I mean, he just gets him with the quick. That's what it is. That's
Why
what I've
do you
heard.
think there's a 5-second delay on every live broadcast? And all of a sudden, randomly, even though Skip's talking, it just slips to one of the other people. That's because he was talking, and all of a sudden there was a fucking fly.
Just give it. Just get some. He's like, oh, I did it again. Did it again. Delay.
I didn't want to go ahead and talk a little NBA before we moved on, because I think Seven got some Major League Baseball news.
Yeah.
So I do want to hit the NBA real quick with the hardwood. Let's go. Dan, I gotta come to you on this. There are some reports going on out there right now that Darvin Ham is in trouble losing his job, and the person they're looking to replace him with. I'm pissed off about this.
Please
The
tell me.
person they look to replace him with, according to reports, Doc Rivers.
I love it.
I hate
Now,
it.
It doesn't
Darvin Ham is the
matter.
coach
It
of the
doesn't
Lakers, right?
matter.
Of course.
LeBron James is the fucking coach of the Los Angeles Lakers, guys. Come on.
Okay.
Like,
so,
he is-
so should we go back to the days of player coach and let LeBron coach the team?
Yes, 100%. That would be awesome. They're not going to do it.
Dude,
Spend yourself $20 million on a coach that's not going to have any power anyway.
yeah.
What does it matter?
Not-
Just get a guy who knows the X's and O's. Let's get
Help
fucking
team.
Nick Nurse up in there. Or what's fucking not Nick Nurse or fucking Brad Stevens would be awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Brad Stevens
Just
would call some
Brad
out of bounds plays. It would be fucking awesome.
Brad
Just
Stevens,
making head coach Chris Paul, CP3, head coach.
Brad
He's just
Stevens,
going to sit there and keep the
pretty
guys
much.
from the bench cheered up, let LeBron do his thing. He's not even going to pay attention to what's going on in
Right.
the court, just like he does when he plays.
Brad Stevens seems like the type of coach that would be like, all right, guys, here's the game plan for today. LeBron, what do you got?
Yes, 100%. He just draws the plays up. Like LeBron doesn't want to do the clipboard stuff. Like that's all it is. Like let another dude do the clipboard. Get the best clipboard guy that we can get. Like Brad Stevens is like clearly the best clipboard guy at the spot open. Like so we take Brad Stevens into the clipboard spot and he can just run some cool out of bounds plays and shit.
Yep.
And like LeBron just coaches the team because that's what's fucking happening anyway.
That's all was going
what
on
happens.
anyway.
That's what's
That's
going
what
on.
happens. So some things never change because LeBron still coaches his team. Jokic is still ridiculously good, and nobody can stop Luka Doncic, the fucking 6'8" unathletic white guy that fucking somehow trolls his way through the fucking NBA. Have you seen this guy play basketball, dude? It is unreal how good he is at just like being
I know one thing.
a big lazy like fucking sloth of a player who's still just like he had 51 and 21.
He don't like Phoenix. He don't like
On
Devin Booker in
Christmas Day.
particular.
No,
Dude, he
He,
is
uh,
Devin Booker, even
he's
as a
playing-
Suns fan, he's Devin Booker's daddy. It's just
yeah, he's playing pretty bad tonight. The Mavericks are down to the Jazz with 2:45 to go, 124-88. Doncic is 19.6 of 20 from the field. He also has
Listen,
14
hey,
assists.
that's
and
not
Don't be
four
sitting
turnovers.
there, don't be sitting there counting them Jazz out. That's a good basketball team at home.
they're
Come
solid
on,
on the
bro.
defensive
It's
side.
It's like on the road.
I
The
mean,
They're
Jazz.
decent at home.
Well, so considering the last time that the Jazz and the Mavericks played, they played in Dallas. Dallas beat them by 50. So you
Mhm.
know Utah was going to have something to say about it.
They had to like fight back in some way. Not to, I mean,
Oh,
it's,
yeah.
it's still,
Yeah.
yeah. Some things never change again. Like the Jazz still aren't going to win a title. It's just that's
Yeah.
some things never change
No
again
time soon.
because it's the
They
Jazz.
decent at home though. I'll give them that. Laurie Marketing and the crew, they decent at home.
Anything can happen. The
You're not
Nuggets
doing
won one last
marketing.
year, guys.
Couldn't play well in Chicago,
No.
right?
So anything can happen. The Nuggets got themselves a title, so we know that fucking anybody can win one now. It's just a
Oh, yeah. All right, Ando. I'm disappointed, Ando.
Why?
We got-
Because
we got the
Detroit finally
Pistons-
won a
we got-
basketball game?
We got the Pistons breaking the biggest
Hey.
losing streak ever,
Dude, first off,
not the biggest losing streak ever.
and now
Yeah,
and
no,
now
they
one
should
of
have
them.
been, man.
And
They should have
now-
been. They should have lost that game. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, they should have.
Um,
They should have.
but no. First off, hats off.
Hats off to them.
Pistons, I gotta say, they went 2 months. I think they went 2 months without a win officially.
Yeah.
Had they lost December 30th, they would have gone the entire 2-month period, the end of the 2023 season, or the end of the 2023 calendar without a win. Part of me is pissed because had the Pistons lost, the Lions would have won. So by virtue, the Pistons winning costed Detroit the game against Dallas. So I'm going to say this unprofessionally as possible. Fuck you, Detroit Pistons. You fuck the Lions.
Yes.
But
And now,
I think
now they look like,
other-
and
Go
now
ahead.
they look like, and now they lost. They look like they starting another one. They lost
Oh, yeah.
tonight.
yep, they got pantsed by Houston 136
Yeah.
to 113. I am surprised the Pacers beat the Milwaukee Bucks 122 to 113. Toronto came back from their loss to Detroit, beat Cleveland 124-121. And then currently Denver's ahead of Charlotte 111 to 93.
Phoenix
is
was up
putting
on
the-
Portland.
Phoenix is putting the pants down on Portland by 26. And then Miami, 2 minutes into the second, is ahead 41 to 27 on the Clippers.
If I was a Pistons fan, I would want to have another brawl at the Palace of Auburn Hills so that I could punch fucking Cade Cunningham in the face.
Damn.
Like,
Damn.
And then
just a
announced-
couple of free shots.
just announced
Throw a drink on
Penix
somebody.
hit McMillan for a 19-yard pass. Washington just retook the lead ahead of Texas 28-21 in the third.
Gonna have to watch that when we get off here.
Yeah. I don't
Michael
have
Penix.
ESPN. Yeah. Dude, I'm
Really?
telling you, man, that Husky team is different this year, man. Being a
have
Cougars
ESPN?
fan, I hate to say that. So,
You can steal it. I'll give you the
Okay.
website after the
yep.
get you
Gotcha.
the old
Gotcha,
what's it what it used to be what it used to be 7.
I'm not saying it. I'm not that stupid.
No, wait,
Yeah, don't get us canceled off FCC Airwaves, sir.
Well, I'm not gonna fucking. It's not even the same thing anymore.
That's-
It changes
all right.
every like
We'll
2 weeks.
We'll get Brad Allen to bail us out. All right. It's fine. He can pay for it. $10,000. Come on. Don't change.
Cable should be free to everybody. This is America.
Yeah.
Facts. All right,
This is America. We should have everyone should have
That's
ESPN.
America.
Guys,
It's Merkel.
I'm just telling you that cable, we should make it free. I'll put it on my list of things to do, like
That's
Melania,
actually that's
like
okay.
the world.
That's,
okay.
that's an okay impression.
That is
Yeah, that's
great.
okay,
impression.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Way better than
Um,
Ron DeSantos could ever do it. Okay.
You can,
No,
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 they
I,
do.
I would give the best blowjobs. Yeah,
I would.
I would.
Wait,
If
what?
I've never sucked a dick before, but if I would, I'd give the best blowjobs.
Real quick. Real
give the
quick.
best
The
blowjobs.
team I'm wearing, my Chicago Bulls, got a game tomorrow night against the Philadelphia 76ers
And we got to win against
Um,
them, 2 nights ago?
2 nights ago.
We're gonna get rolled.
Let's go.
Should they go ahead and just trade Zach LaVine?
Oh, I would.
yeah, for sure.
I would. Yep.
Another thing that never changes, by the way, is Joel Embiid is really good.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah!
He's almost unguardable because he's fucking gigantic. That's a cheat code. That's like making a 7-2 dude on NBA 2K
I
and
would
then
like,
having him be 330.
believe it or not, as much as I don't want to see Philadelphia in the finals, a matchup between Joel Embiid and
Jokic.
Denver center. I can never remember his name.
Jokic.
Jokic.
Only
That would be. I'd be entertained. That would give me memories of
Yeah.
Hakeem versus Shaq. I'd
For
like to see that
real.
go 7 series.
I ain't
Two
saying. I mean, I
episodes.
love Jokic. Don't
Field.
get me wrong, but he ain't no lie
I
to
just because I mean they're both big guys, but they play the position so differently. Like Joel reminds me of kind of like that. I'm not going to physically dominate you, but you don't have the size to stop me. And Jokic is like, dude, I'm going to be finesse around the basket. You can't stop the play that I have. I like the way that they counteract each other.
He didn't have the footwork Olajuwon had though.
In this
Oh,
day,
Embiid?
this day and age, you don't need it.
Mm.
No, Embiid does have the fucking foot.
Embiid got it, but
and
Jokic
I was
don't.
gonna say, I think he does though, dude. I think
Dude.
that's like that Euro shit. Like that's like his game, man.
Mhm.
Is the footwork? Like that's his feet are like his game.
Footwork is
Like,
a
well, obviously,
game.
I mean, if you go
it's
back
huge.
and look at how, but go
When
back
you're
and look,
big.
but go back and look at NBA film and look how fluid he was on the perimeter. Joker ain't moving like that.
I'm
he
not.
doesn't
You don't
move
need
that
to
well.
if you don't need to if
Yeah.
you're putting up 24-14 a game.
That's true. Man, you can be stationary.
He moves in a different way. He's deceptive fast for real. Like because he is that big, you don't expect him to be
you don't
going
really
that
see
fast.
it.
He does
Yeah.
run the floor. He can handle the ball, which is ridiculous. He's
So,
obviously a great passer.
You don't really
So
Sorry
it's
see
a
to
beat,
it.
interrupt again,
Yeah.
but Washington just forced a fumble at the Texas 33. Washington just got the ball back. 10-14 to go in the third. Huskies are up 28-21 and look like they are driving.
Woo! No Washington State.
Yeah, I'm not good. Washington State ain't in it. It's the Huskies, man.
I know.
Like I said, to
I was
leave
just saying,
the
fuck Washington
Pac-12.
State.
I'm sorry. Yeah, Washington. My bad.
Janae's having
Yeah,
a
there
good
you go.
time with this. My
There
Blazing
goes- yeah,
Asian
we're
is
doing
back.
Yep. well
No
done.
gang signs.
No
My
game.
No
Blazing
gang
Asian is back.
We're
That is
trying
not
to-
a gang sign. Fuck
Hey.
like
Kind of.
this.
I was gonna
Hey.
do that, but I don't want to jinx the Huskies because I did this. If anybody saw, I did this, and I was like, I can't do it just yet. I gotta wait till the game gets closer to be.
Ew, the
Well,
fact
fuck.
that I can't even do
No,
it. It like cripples my fingers to
So-
even want to attempt to do it.
No, so what I'm saying
Yes.
is I was getting ready to do the
Oh,
hooks down, but I can't because
Alright,
anybody that does the hooks down jinxes the team that they're playing. So I have to wait.
Hey, so listen,
That's
let me
not
also
real.
tell you something because you probably don't know it. My college football team is the University of Oklahoma.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, and
So
what? Me talking? Oh, okay, that's fair. I thought you were gonna get mad
It's-
about me
it's-
talking shit about Caleb Williams.
It's the
Caleb
Longhorns.
Williams is a fuck boy. You can talk all shit about him all you want.
That's the best description for real. That is the best
I-
description.
I
I mean,
it kind
but
of
seriously,
is.
I mean, like Brandon, seriously, like I was listening to what you were saying, and I mean, like in all reality, like even though you're in college, there's children that are watching you from that collegiate level to going into that NFL sometimes.
Yeah.
So you're setting an example for sportsmanship, for a way to act. Like you legit are setting an example to children. He's a poor sport and he's a fucking crybaby, if you ask me.
Actually,
you lost the game.
offici-
You followed a coach that backstabbed a team. You should have known he was going to fuck your season.
That's where
You
that's
did
what's
it to
going on here.
yourself.
So I
see
will
what's going on here
say
now.
officially on the record, Caleb Williams did officially cry after the game against Washington. He was leaning in his mom's arms and bawling. I never laughed so hard in my life.
Well, yeah.
I just,
Karma
look, I mean, I
is
get
a
it. I
bitch, is
get
all
it.
I had to say about that. Karma's a bitch for him.
I have a quick question. Hey, Dan, you're going to be
Yeah.
able to answer this for me better than I think anybody else will. How long has professional football been a vessel for morality when it comes to professional athletes?
No years at all. It's
Okay,
negative. It hasn't ever
was
been.
just checking. I was just okay.
Yeah,
Just
doesn't
checking.
matter.
Okay, all
Doesn't
right.
matter.
Just making sure.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Nope, it's still not happening.
Okay, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. I'm
Yeah.
just making sure I didn't miss something.
Nor is there any general plan for it ever to happen in place. They've never even discussed it because it's not going to fucking happen.
Just making sure.
Uh,
just making sure. These
Yeah,
guys are
not a thing.
keeping
No,
up with themselves. You
doesn't fucking matter.
Dan and I have talked about this on After Dark. As a professional athlete or somebody that is getting ready to be a professional athlete like Caleb Williams is, whether he's a dog shit quarterback or not, he's getting ready to step into that sphere.
Get your money, dog.
You have to only give a fuck about yourself.
Get your
You will
fucking
not be
money.
successful. You will not be successful in any professional sport. So this isn't just the NFL. You will not be successful in any professional sport if you are spending too much time giving a fuck about others. You have to only give a fuck about yourself and then throw a charity thing every once in a while for some good PR and to get an extra fucking endorsement.
Yeah, ask Emmitt Smith how all that glory paid him. How's all that glory playing Emmitt Smith?
I
Like
mean, like,
$2
I
million
get
a
it.
year. He fucking destroyed his body for that fucking team.
It's a dick
And they
thing to
just
say, but it's the fucking
Never
truth.
did
I
anything.
mean, and I
to
do
him.
understand, like, on that aspect where, like, you do have to, like, you know, only worry about yourself. But, like, there's also, like, I don't know, I guess I'm just, like, a weird human being. So, like, to me, it's like you also have to stay humble and not have, like, that ego that you're, like,
It's
better than everybody.
Not about that.
I'm
That's
just-
not what
I
we're
don't
talking
know.
about. That's not what we're talking about.
It's
We're
about
talking about going and getting your money.
Yeah.
Like going get your shit. Like fucking yes. Like Ando's saying that he would go out and play, and like he doesn't care like if he tears an ACL and like maybe like questions his fucking NFL career. Like he'll be like, yeah, because I wanted to go out there and play for my teammates. It's like, yes, maybe you would, but like no,
So
you
there's-
wouldn't. If
I
you were
mean-
actually in the position, you wouldn't.
Yeah.
You're sitting
I mean,
there
I can see-
number one draft getting
Er-
$20 million guaranteed as a signing bonus. Are you going to put that at risk?
Erica, I can see where they're arguing in that aspect, right? Because I mean, if somebody
No,
put,
I mean, I genuinely do get it. Like, I'm not disagreeing with y'all's side by any means at all, but it's just like, to me, in that mindset, like, I would just think, I don't know. I
No,
personally, if I was a person in their position, I would be the best that I could to humble myself
Yeah.
to make sure that I'm setting that example, because I know there are children that are watching me and watching how I act. And they
Right. Nobody's gonna be him. Like nobody's gonna be him,
Right,
Erica.
right.
Like, nobody's gonna be
I'm gonna-
fucking Caleb Williams. Most
I'll
kids have to
preface-
work hard, and
I'll say it with the prefaces of this, right? If everything goes the way that I would want it to go, right? Myself personally, without the endorsements, without the extra money, without the people whispering in the ears, I would personally say, hey, I'm going to play in this bowl game. It's my final game. Even if I'm a senior, I know I have the first overall pick on the line. There are variables that could change that. But me as a person, I've always been taught, play for the team, worry about yourself later. So,
right. I understand that. Like we're
Also, in a
Yes.
perfect world, Michael Jackson didn't touch a bunch of little kids. He invited them to his house because he wanted them to have a positive memory in their childhood.
I think that actually might be true, but regardless, yeah,
I will agree with Dan. I really don't. Yeah.
I don't think Michael Jackson did that
I'm
shit.
not saying he touched all of them, but where
I don't
there's
think he
no
touched any of them.
fire guys.
I don't think he touched.
some of those
But-
kids were liars.
I think he
my
was an
thing
easy
is-
target.
But my thing is, and I get it, to where she's coming from, because you're supposed to be there for your team, but at the same point, you about to turn pro.
Yep.
Yeah, guys, we're talking about just Caleb Williams'
Yeah,
situation
you
here
about
too.
to turn
Just
pro.
Caleb Williams, not all these guys. Not all these guys. Definitely not all these guys. Maybe 10 of them maximum in college football, and in its entirety, 10 guys who literally I would be like, yeah, we're fucking sitting out a fucking stupid ass bowl game because guess what? I'm gonna be the fucking 4th overall pick in the NFL draft, and that's what's really important right now. Is I'm done. I'm done with college. Like I don't need to be fucking playing in games that don't mean shit. Like I get it. You love your teammates. They fucking understand. And there's only like 10 of them, dude. There's only like 10 guys. So everybody else, yes, play. Like, yes, I get it. Love your team. But like, with the top
For those
couple of guys.
For those very few.
Yes.
Yeah.
So like none of the kids are going to be
Yeah.
those guys either. None of the kids are going to be those guys either. Like none of them basically. So like it's just a very unique situation, and it doesn't happen to many people. Like Caleb Williams is in a very unique situation. Like because they saw Patrick Mahomes' talent in Caleb Williams, by the way, is what happened. They saw Patrick Mahomes in college, kind of, and they're like, oh fuck, it's like the same guy. And then he gets overhyped, and then he stops. He probably didn't even fucking read a playbook. Honestly, Lincoln Kid, he came there, he's like, oh, I know all this shit. I got it. And like, he just didn't. And he was like, no, we added a bunch of new stuff. like Lincoln Riley was just like, Lincoln Riley was like, no,
Added
you
a bunch of
idiot.
new
I
shit.
added a bunch of new
Yep.
shit. And like, he
Yep.
was like, oh,
Yep.
fuck. I thought it was going to be like the same thing.
Damn.
I'm like, yeah. So just,
I
yeah,
gotta
he was
study
fucking
this
shit
bitch
up.
now. Damn.
He stopped. Yeah, he stopped fucking caring because he was
He
like,
hasn't
oh,
studied it. He hasn't
number
studied
one
anything.
pick.
He was a fucking 7th grader. Come on now.
No, he doesn't read the
Study.
playbook. He doesn't read the playbook.
That's Kyler Murray part 2 when they said he said you gotta read the
RPO.
damn playbook.
Well, no, to be fair though, Kyler
part
Murray
two, you
was
gotta
hoping-
read the damn playbook, motherfucker.
to be fair though, Kyler Murray's
Fucking stupid
signing
ass
bonus was strictly in Call of Duty credits. That's how he got a signing bonus.
Yeah. Real
gets
quick,
his- he gets his
Here's how it's gonna work,
directly to
Arizona.
Xbox now.
You're gonna pay me this amount of money, but my signing bonus is gonna go to Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2, 3, and whatever comes out
Xbox Live.
afterwards.
There you
You're
go.
gonna pay for that. And then I'm gonna give any extra signing bonus over to Deshaun Watson, and I'll pay him for his massages for the next
Yeah,
you
it
know,
gets- He gets direct deposit to his Xbox Live card.
yeah.
Oh my god.
Just his whole paycheck.
Yep.
Just goes in his Xbox Live account.
Kyler, what's the
Kyler, can you even get that out in cash? He's like, why would I need to?
yeah, nah.
It's all staying.
No, I
in
got
there.
all the new
Exactly.
skins. Have you seen the new Santa
It's like
skin? in Call of Duty? Let's go.
$228,000.
Yeah,
It's like $228,000 a week.
You know his
All right, you
girlfriend or
guys.
his girlfriend or his wife is looking at that like bank bill, like, honey, weren't you supposed to get a signing bonus today? Yeah, I did. I got the new Santa skin. I
He
got the
plays
new
video
Darth
games all the
skin.
time. He doesn't have a wife. He doesn't have a wife.
girlfriend,
video
baby
games all the
mama,
time.
whatever.
Probably
Whatever.
mama.
Pretty sure it's
Erica.
your boyfriend.
Baby
Guy-
mama.
Erica, did
guy
you see
he
my new
talks to
skin?
on Xbox Live?
Did you
That's
see
his
my new
friend?
skin, Erica? No, I
Yeah.
gotta show it to you. Let's go.
Baby
Oh, okay.
mama.
It was $18,000.
Yep.
I don't
It's
even.
Dude.
I don't even think you added me on there yet.
Not yet. I've been
Interactive
busy.
skin.
Hey,
Interactive skin.
but let's go ahead and work because I do want to talk some baseball before we get out of there for the night. So let's go ahead and get started.
Yay!
I gotta get with Erica's thoughts about old boy signing. So let's go ahead and get on to the 7th.
Everybody signing with the Dodgers? Everybody.
I wanna be the best in the game, invest in my name, check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain, I ingest, I retain, assess and I change, possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints.
All right, so we're going to talk about Shohei since Eric is here, but before we do that, there's a couple of things I'm going to talk about because these are more recent news. So the Red Sox shocked pretty much everybody.
Wow.
Traded Chris Sale
The world.
to and Chris Sale and $17 million to the Atlanta Braves for Vaughn Grissom, top prospect in
Vaughn
Major League
Grissom, by the way.
Baseball. Spent some time in the Yankees. His first MLB home run came as a New York Yankee in Fenway Park over the Green Monster. Vaughn Grissom, he's one of the top prospects. He's gonna be one that starts this year. He'll definitely boost Boston's infield situation, which is still in fucking shambles. But hopefully they can get something useful for fucking Trevor Story.
Yeah, they're not good, 7.
No, we've still got a lot of work to do. But we did also sign some pitching help with Lucas Giolito. That's a 2-year deal with an opt-out. Giolito can opt out and get a buyout of $1 million after the first year. But regular value of the deal is like $38.5 million. With incentives, it can go over $40.5 if he does well and goes through that second year. Honestly,
Chris Sale retired.
I don't
retired 4
think
years ago.
that Lucas Giolito is the biggest pitcher that Boston's going to pick up. Because if they had, I don't think they trade Chris Sale. Because even if you just get out of Chris Sale what you got out of him last year, you're getting out of him what you would have lost or what you didn't get out of sending him to the Braves. Because realistically, the Braves are only in for like $500,000 this year because most of his salary is going to end up being deferred outside of the $17 million that Boston sent anyway. Boston just paid to get him and get the solid prospect in Grissom. Grissom needs some help
He's
with
a good prospect.
He is a good prospect. He does need some work at the plate and defensively, but you've got a decent clubhouse there in Boston. He can spend some time working with Rafi Devers. That'll fix his patience at the plate because Rafi's a very patient hitter. When he wants
Tony said he needs some work at the plate and probably in the field. Like, so his whole game needs it, huh?
How much of this do you think
he's
so
a
was
damn
our-
overhaul.
He's a prospect for a reason. He just needs to develop. He needs to get better. And when Cora can develop an infielder. So I'm not as worried about that. I am interested to see what other pitcher Boston's going to grab. I also don't think you're getting rid of Chris Sale to make room for Jordan Montgomery either.
How much of this
No.
is the power play though for Atlanta? Because Atlanta's going to need that pitching if they're going to compete with the Dodgers.
But Atlanta is going to need that pitching, and I think it was a smart move by Atlanta because if Chris Sale stays healthy, he's and
Biggest question mark ever.
and that is a big question mark. Dan's right, but realistically, if Chris Sale stays healthy with that rotation, you've got 3 potential Cy Young winners in your starting rotation between Strider, Sale, and Fried.
Yep. But is that still good enough to beat the
That's
Dodgers?
3.
Is that good enough to beat the Dodgers?
No, not in the 7-game series because you still need to work offensively because you are going to be looking at one of the most stacked lineups in baseball.
Yeah.
And this isn't even factoring in the fact that this year Shohei's not pitching.
Yeah.
Winter
He's
meetings
just gonna be a
headline,
coach.
Dodgers sign everyone.
Yeah.
Every player.
Including Godzilla.
Just to turn around and choke in October.
Basically.
At least she's aware.
131
At least she's
games.
aware of it.
Oh no, I mean, I know I've
I've
been a Dodgers fan, like since the day I was born, pretty much. I know that's all we do is choke.
Look, as a Mariners fan, a lifelong Mariners fan, don't talk to us about choking. Our team is still blue.
Oh, don't even talk to me. I'm a Mets fan. I know all about choking right after the All-Star
least-
break. I know all
at
about
least
damn
That's going to
choking.
sound like
At
a
least in
50
the-
situation, though. So,
Well,
I mean, that's your own fault.
Will, at least in the last 25 years, your team has made it to the World Series. My team has not.
This is true.
Okay. And it took for us to have a full, not even a full season, a half season with
Mhm.
not a single fan, nothing to finally fucking win one.
Like I was saying in chat that day.
Can I trade you
Yeah,
that?
the most talent.
Can we give the Mariners
most
that championship then?
Sure, because then maybe people will at least think it's an actual championship for y'all.
I
That
think
Hey,
one-
it
look,
is.
it'd be the first one in
Dodgers.
Seattle since 2015. Or no,
But
20,
like I say though,
2013.
but like I said in the chat that day, me and Seven was talking. Do you need if you're the Dodgers? Do you need that trade?
No.
Your lineup was already stacked.
No, but here's the thing.
Always be more
First of all, Shohei.
Yeah.
Every team that was out on Shohei's offer, and I will say this, including Boston and New York, if you were out on Shohei's offer because he wanted $700 million, but he's deferring 680 of it, you're a fucking idiot. He will
Yeah.
get that money back in marketing. The Dodgers, I don't. Here's the thing. The Dodgers signing Shohei because of the offer, with the way that offer is structured, I don't fucking blame them. Every team in the league should have been willing to sign that fucking offer.
If you want to work with any team, like any player in their offer, go with the Asian guys doing math. Let's
Exactly.
be honest. Like,
You're
seriously, that deal is probably ridiculous, and it's
Japanese Babe Ruth. The Japanese sports fan base. Ask the Mariners, because the Japanese sports fan base has kept that organization afloat for the last 20 fucking years.
Because
Japanese
they're really
fan
good with the
and-
numbers.
Oh, Jesus,
And money.
Do not,
They
do
spend
not
money.
talk.
They
Do
spend
not
money, yeah.
disparage the Korean money in the front of us. We like it the way the money
that's
feel
more
on our
Middle
skin.
Eastern.
But
It's more
you're
Middle Eastern.
the
No,
Japanese
no,
fan
no,
base.
no. The shitty walk that you
Dodgers-
eat is a very, very Japanese food.
And we have a large Japanese following, and they are just hating you right now. Like your likability is going through the floor.
You're
the
gonna get canceled.
large Japanese-
You're gonna get canceled in Tokyo, buddy.
The
Our large
Japanese fan base-
Japanese followings
I'm so sorry that
Them most
Daniel
sweet and
san.
sour chicken for you, man.
going down.
Please do not feed me the cuttlefish. I want a vanilla paste.
No more sesame chicken for you, sir.
You guys have the mute things. I don't have the mute thing. I don't have it
I'm-
anymore. I'm
I'm
a
thinking
guest.
about it.
I don't have it. I know.
We-
See,
the Japanese
take a
fan base
flap.
spends money. The Dodgers know they're going to get this money back.
Mhm.
You have what is arguably one of the best lineups, 1 through 26, ranked in baseball history. And I'm not saying I'm saying one of.
with the
One of the
2021 Dodgers, the 2019 Dodgers, the 2018 Dodgers, 2017
Well,
Dodgers,
You
2015
just
Dodgers.
roll off. You just roll off years.
And that's the thing. Because and here's the thing. Here's what I'm going to say about this. And then I'm going to kick this to Erica, and I want to get your thoughts on what I'm about to say. If the Dodgers don't win a World Series this year, not even I'm not even going to talk about the fact that to really make this justified, they need to win 3 in the next 10 while you have Shohei.
At least two.
Probably at least 2 in the next 5
Honestly,
while you
at
have
least
Yamamoto.
2.
At least 2 in the next 5 while you've got Yamamoto too. If you don't win a World Series next year, decisively win a World Series next year,
Failure.
Dave
time
Roberts
failure.
cannot ever coach a Major League Baseball team in the MLB again. He flat out, you cannot show your face in the Major League Baseball if you are Dave Roberts.
Listen, I mean, and I'm not going to disagree with you on that, because in all reality, how long has Dave Roberts been sitting there? We've gotten 1 World Series. We're stacking the team up. We're getting all these players. We're spending all this money, but we're not producing anything.
Any
Nothing.
regular season team
We're
in MLB history
literally
can't do
just
shit not to
dropping
win.
money for nothing.
Do you think
I
the
mean,
Dodgers
I
put up?
think almost every season for like the past 10 years, minus the year that we got it, every single time the season's over, you can go and see so many people fire him, get rid of him. It's time for him to go. He's not doing anything. He's not producing. He's not this. He's not that. How can you even attempt to argue with that? Because we are getting the talent. But then you get stupid decisions made, in my opinion, from Roberts you're going to switch potentially Shohei from being a pitcher to an outfielder. What the fuck are you thinking?
First
You
baseman.
absolutely should later on in his career, but not right
First
now.
baseman or
No, I don't. I will agree with that, Tony. I definitely don't think it should be right now. You should utilize him where he's meant to be. Utilize that. Then put him in the outfield. But don't. I don't know.
Yeah,
There's.
he should,
I hate being one of those like couch coaches, but it's like you could seriously, like anybody, a fucking monkey can make decisions better than Dave Roberts sometimes. I mean, you let Kershaw pitch the first inning and blow 6 fucking runs. It's Kershaw. If Kershaw blew 2, pull his ass out because something's not right. Then we find out that, I had a shoulder issue. Did anybody know? Did you just keep it to yourself, Kershaw, and just want to play? Or did the team know and Robert still put you in because you're Clayton Kershaw? So this is what I got to do. Like, you have to think and be smart and strategic while also being the manager. You can't just, this is coming from my asshole, so I'm going to go ahead and wipe the floor with it and see what happens.
Our analytics team,
Right.
Which seems to be a lot of their issues.
This is why I came up with the comparison that the Dodgers are the Yankees of the West without results. Because let's look at the Yankees in the mid to late 90s and the early 2000s.
Yeah,
Until that loss to the D-backs in the 2001 World Series. That was a stacked team, and here's the thing, not as stacked as this current Dodgers roster is going to be.
No.
Let's make no mistake. The Yankees were spending money, but they weren't spending that much money, even comparatively, if we adjust for inflation.
We at least developed a few players.
Yeah, exactly. And so
I think the Yankees team with A-Rod and Jeter were.
Don't get offended.
Yeah, I would say the Yankees with A-Rod and Jeter, they spent more money and didn't have any result. But they had 1 ring. So when I see spending like this
is way more.
Even in the mid 2000s, when they had A-Rod and Jeter, and you were looking at the tail end of Mariano Rivera's career, they still weren't spending as much money and not getting results as the Dodgers are now, because nobody argues the legitimacy of that 2009 World Series. That was a decent team.
Yeah.
It's, and the criticism of the Yankees has never been about the players. It's always been the coaching staff and that bum-ass fucking GM, Brian Cashman. And I will die on that fucking hill.
Yeah, he's bad.
Better GM.
He's a douchebag. I don't follow baseball and I don't like him.
Doing the same time period.
They're trying to get Gio Urshela back, the guy that Cashman said, he's no Josh Donaldson. Yeah, how'd that fucking work out?
But
that's an actual quote.
Yeah,
Urshela's good, but he's no Josh Donaldson. It's like, what the fuck?
There is so much of a parallel between the Dodgers and the Dodgers now and the Yankees in the late 90s, early 2000s. The difference is the Yankees got fucking results. The Dodgers have not shown any kind of impressive result in the postseason, and it doesn't matter if you're the best team in the regular season. The Braves were consistently one of the best teams in the regular season, and until they got that World Series in 2021, it didn't fucking matter.
Yep.
Yeah.
Look at all
lot
the
of talent
they have that they didn't win a World Series with.
Yep.
That team sure is shiny.
Exactly. And
That's
so
the best teams in the league, and the fans will go out and support them until they win that 1 pennant.
Exactly.
Do you think the Dodgers? Do you think the Dodgers put up a pennant that says spent most money in the offseason? It seems to be an LA thing to do because the Lakers did
money to put up.
Look, if the Lakers can put up an in-season tournament winner banner inside the Crypto Center, the Dodgers can put one at Dodger Stadium.
It was a cloth hybrid, Tony.
Yeah, it doesn't even have to be real fancy material. Just go out to the Dollar Tree. You got $1, right? Buy a tablecloth and then buy them dollars that you can.
2024
season tournament, by the way.
2024 highest luxury tax ever paid. $341 million.
Speaking of luxury tax,
it's printed on actual paper.
With how Shohei's deal is structured, his luxury tax impact, his competitive balance tax impact is only like $46 million.
Damn.
It's not much. That's not much.
Comparatively to the $70 million that he's technically getting paid with what's deferred.
Okay.
46 is that's fucking chunky, especially to a market like the Dodgers.
Can I get a
That's what
million
they're
of that,
getting the
please?
money for Yamamoto.
That's like 3 years of Craig Kimbrell.
Yeah.
It's basically what that is. $46 million, about right in there, right?
Yeah.
Like that's how. Pretty simple contract. Pretty straightforward.
And the Dodgers are in a position where they have to get the World Series this year. Because right now, Dave Roberts, the only difference between Dave Roberts and Buck Showalter is one can get a tan and one has a World Series, and Buck Showalter doesn't have either one of those.
Yeah.
Doesn't
That's
have
the
a good-
difference, because both of them make shitty coaching decisions with stacked fucking lineups.
That's who the Yankees should get back is Buck.
So,
It's just
I'm gonna
fucking
like I
parade
said,
Buck
I don't-
Showalter's corpse around New Yankee Stadium.
like I said, I don't really follow baseball a whole hell of a lot. I like the Mariners, but I'm kind of in agreement with you guys here that if the Dodgers, it doesn't necessarily have to be this year because it does take some time for the players
No.
and the gel
Nope.
together.
Nope. Has
But
to be this year.
No,
You think
it's
this
gotta
year
be-
they have to?
I mean,
No
it's
time for that.
It has to be this year.
Okay.
Look at how, I mean, seriously,
It has
look
to
at how
be this year.
stacked we are. It has to be this year.
Okay.
We've
I-
got Freddie. We got Mookie. We have this one. We have that one. We got Shohei. We've got Yamamoto.
Clayton Kershaw.
We have the stacked team to fucking get it. If
And
we
ain't nobody no
keep
rookie
this
neither. They all
year,
veterans.
He's got to go.
Okay.
How about
Like I
Dustin
said, I'm
May
not-
and
I'm
Walker
not-
Buehler
Whoa.
just hanging
I never
Will
played
Smith-
baseball, so I mean I'm just as casual a fan as possible.
No,
But I mean, for me as a fan,
I-
would I root for the Dodgers if they played some crap ass team like the Astros in the World Series? I'd probably root for the Dodgers.
fucking
But
Ernie
as a
Phillips.
fan, I mean, do you?
Just hanging out in that bullpen, bro. Sorry.
What's
Sorry,
that?
No,
No,
fucking
what you
Ernie
say?
Phillips, dude. I said
Yeah?
fucking Ernie Phillips, dude.
What about
Just
him?
hanging out in that bullpen. Dude, the Dodgers are fucking so stacked. He's a pitcher for the Dodgers. And
It's-
Dustin
okay.
May, Walker Buehler, just hanging
Yeah.
out.
this
Hanging
is
out.
Rookie
Hold
on
on,
that
no,
team?
no, no, no. They were not just hanging out because Bueller and May were both out because of Tommy John. They weren't just.
No, I'm
hanging
saying like they're gonna just be hanging out, like they're gonna be healthy, just hanging out, like behind the ridiculous amount of top
Do
end
you
that
really think
rotation
so,
has.
though?
Now it's May. No, I'm saying they're good.
But-
I'm saying they're really good.
Okay, so
Walker
from-
Buehler is a fucking stud. Dustin May is a fucking stud, dude. They're
Dustin
both
May-
and like that's not guys who don't get talked about in that pitching staff. Like that's what
So
I'm saying.
you guys,
Dustin
all-
Ernie
May-
Phillips.
Go ahead, Endo.
all four of you guys believe that if the Dodgers do not win it this year, it is an absolute bust and
It,
they
but
failed at every level.
it's not on
Kinda.
the players though. If they fail
Yeah.
this year, it goes back to Dave Roberts.
Okay.
Now, if in
And
5
Andrew
years,
Friedman and Magic and everybody that is I'm sorry, Tony, I didn't mean to cut you off.
no, you're
But
fine.
everybody that is like head of that organization, see this? There should be red here if they don't get a World Series because that blood is on their hands. They're the
Sure.
ones that are making these calls and decisions, and they're trusting Roberts instead of looking at the results that they're getting, which is shit, and they're not doing anything to change it.
There-
But really, it all comes down to Roberts is making these calls. So the change has to start with management. There's no question or doubt at all. Like it has to. You make it this year, you get that fucking ring, or I'm sorry, like Roberts, it really should be the main discussion in that organization right now in that clubhouse. That should be the conversation, in my opinion.
In 5 years, if the Dodgers have not even sniffed a World Series,
Oh, I would absolutely agree.
then
that
you're
that is-
absolutely in complete failure talk at that point.
Yeah.
Right now, the focus is on Dave Roberts because, yes, team cohesion is a thing, but it's not the same in baseball as it is in football
or
because-
basketball.
or basketball because there is so much. Well, baseball is still definitely a team sport. There is so much more of an individual piece
Yeah.
to the game and how each individual player plays. It's
Yeah.
like right now, the value of a solid infielder is going to be much higher than a right fielder because
And that's
somebody
just
can
because
play right
their
field-
defense is more in play than right fielders are.
right, yeah,
Exactly.
because with the changes in the pitch clock and the base size and stuff like that, you're the athleticism of your shortstop and second baseman is so fucking crucial.
Yeah.
that it's insane, and right now in this offseason, the value of pitchers is so crazy because you've got so much of a higher price, which is why Atlanta went for Chris Sale over making a bid for Montgomery or Snell or some of these other guys that are, or Case, that are still on the market, is because the cost of a solid front end of your rotation starting pitcher right now is fucking insane.
Fucking Tyler Glasnow. Tyler Glasnow.
Exactly.
Just hanging out.
That's and so that's why this comes back to Dave Roberts, because they have the best pitching staff in baseball.
Blake Treinen.
You have, and I was going to say this on Dustin May. Dustin May's pitches that have break, his two seam and his breaking ball, are the break on those pitches is so
Nasty.
fucking ridiculous. It's like watching a painter move across a fucking canvas. And he's not even talked about
Ginger.
in the first 5 pitchers on that pitching staff.
Ginger.
The
why.
Dodgers are that deep.
Like if Carrot Top did less drugs and learned how to pitch. That's what.
Hold
Dustin
on.
May-
Hey, Ando, let me clarify. We have not always been this deep. We just really got this deep for this season because we did have May and Bueller, and I think Trennan might have even been out this past, if I recall. He was out for the season as well. They all had Tommy John, all of them. So
Could you
we
imagine-
didn't have a rotation at all for our pitching.
Could you imagine
this-
how more broken that rotation would be if they actually still had Trevor Bauer?
So this can I
Listen,
can I-
don't.
I'm
can I
Don't
make it?
say it.
Don't
Can I
start
make-
me on that. 7, I will
Can I
come
make-
to the screen and I
So,
will
let me-
strangle you.
just
Don't
to
get me
kinda-
started.
Just to kind of break this down, because I did watch baseball a little bit in the 90s, so I'm familiar with the Braves rotation of Greg Maddux, John Smoltz, and Tom Glavine. This
Ooh,
is
you
the
started on
equivalent
Smoltz.
of putting
There is
like
no
a
talent.
Randy Johnson on that same squad. That's basically the equivalent of this.
You could add Randy Johnson to that squad, and the Dodgers rotation is still better.
S-
Because potentially you have Shohei in there as well. So your 5 starting pitchers at that point are Clayton Kershaw,
Yeah,
who's
who
one of the-
I would agree
he's
is a he's a
Hall of
good
Famer
pitcher.
already.
Yeah, but we
Okay.
don't have
He's
Clayton
probably fallen
Kershaw,
off a
so
little
you
bit.
can't say that.
He's fallen off a little bit, but like even if you
Yeah.
don't have Kershaw, you have Shohei at the top, who's an ace on basically any roster. Okay,
Yep.
Walker Buehler, potential ace on any roster. Dustin May could be probably an ace on a
The bottom half of the
Not as
league
good
is
roster.
based on their roster.
not as good roster. Tyler Glasnow is an ace on almost every roster. Okay. Then you have Yamamoto, who apparently is a fucking ace on any roster. Okay. This guy's a 3-time Japanese Cy Young winner, which
You know how good
you'd
you
think,
have.
oh, maybe it's Japanese good competition. Those motherfuckers are good, bro. The
Yeah,
Nippon
no.
League, those guys are playing some fucking baseball now. And they
You
throw
know
some nasty stuff.
To have not thrown a single pitch in Major League Baseball and get a $325 million deal.
Jesus.
Just
That's how
shockingly
good
good.
Yamamoto is. That's why I'm telling you, they have no fucking excuse.
I said that before. They
Now, I'm
have
not
no
saying
excuse.
you gotta win 130 games. I'm not stupid. There's going to be some ups and some downs, some times
Yeah.
where pitchers aren't exactly 100%. Not everybody's going to win every game. I'm not stupid.
yeah.
But you have
You-
to win a World Series. That is
So-
that is the bottom line if you're the Dodgers this year.
No excuse
And
now.
then the Dodgers, I'm assuming the Dodgers batting rotation is just as deep as their pitching
It's
rotation.
Murderer's
pretty
Row
good.
2.0. Murderer's Row 2.0.
Listen,
Okay.
Yeah.
there is no
So-
reason that Los Angeles Dodgers should not win that ring this year.
Okay.
There's
So-
no reason why they should not win it.
Which is exactly why they won't.
Yep. That's the unfortunate part.
So-
Yeah, you said
So
it, didn't you?
it's fair to say on paper that this team should beat the Mariners' 2001 record of 116 wins. It's fair to say.
On paper, they absolutely should
if
get
they
100
stay healthy.
Yeah.
120 wins.
As
Yeah.
long as everyone
as long
stays
as they-
healthy,
Because
yeah.
it's what, 162 games, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 162 in the season. Yeah.
Yeah, 120 wins if everybody on that
Joe-
roster stays healthy. Even if you don't have Shohei pitching until as a closer until the postseason, and that's all he does this year, you should still have 120 wins.
So you think 75? Yeah, they
Fucking
should
Joe
win
Kelly.
more than 75% of their games this year.
Freddie and Mookie should each have at least 35 home runs. Mookie has 20 stolen bases.
At least.
Mookie should be flirting with a 40-20 season this year because he's
I'd
playing.
say 30-40.
Yeah.
Listen, can we just make sure we keep him out of the bowling lanes and, you know?
He needs to shave that head of his. The horseshoe is not in style, Mookie. Like, I love you to death, bro. You got a lot of testosterone running through. That's why you lost all your hair. But like, just shave it off, man. Give up. Give up,
No,
bud.
but I mean, I do want to go back to Bauer, to be
a
honest with
freak.
you. I do.
Oh God.
I'm surprised he
Hold
hasn't
on.
gotten signed with the cost of pitching.
Do you even know pain? Do you
Bauer
even
for
know
$5
pain,
million.
Erica?
I do understand pain.
Do
Actually,
you even know
I
pain?
do. I do.
Do you even know pain?
But no, on like a serious note though, you know, like I do think that it's very, very, very unfair that we've had Julio Urias who's gotten in trouble
Fucking Julio
2-3
Urias.
times.
He's at 2 now. He's at 2 now.
Is it 2?
Yeah,
Okay.
he's at 2 now.
Also not on the roster, but
Both times you've been in trouble, this and that. You've had some players come out of the woodwork saying like Bauer should come back. Why is Bauer not able to come back? I mean, like you've got Urias, like I said, he's got 2 charges. You've got Wander Franco, who was out wandering around and couldn't figure out how to get found.
That is my fucking joke.
Okay, anyways, it doesn't matter.
Stealing a joke of a
Wandering.
comedian. Calm down, Carla Mencia.
Erica Mencia.
Carlos.
But like seriously though, like I'm not understanding. Bauer wasn't found guilty of anything. So
Do you even know pain?
Do you want that distraction too?
Has she been a Dodgers
you're a
fan her
fucking
whole
Yankees
life?
fan. I know you know pain.
You even know
Okay.
pain.
Do you want that distraction though?
Well, here's the thing.
Nebraska Cornhuskers fan.
So if you want to follow an interesting account on Twitter, I legit or X, whatever it's fucking called this week.
X.
Follow Trevor Bauer because he tells you what's going on with his.
This video about what the evidence is fucking so good, dude. Like the sarcasm is bleeding through the screen the entire time, and it's fantastic.
He posted this week. Not only is did the Dodgers do him dirty, the entire fucking league is doing Trevor Bauer dirty.
Yeah.
There are teams that are calling him and asking him to train their pitchers for free, but they won't give him a shot because they don't want the bad PR.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Do you want that distraction on your team? That's why it's not bad.
Where is it bad PR though? It's bad PR because the dude's kinky and likes to fucking smack and use whips and chains. And
If he even does.
if he even
That was kind of her thing.
This
That was kind of her thing.
This isn't even like a for sure thing that he's into BDSM. Who gives a
Who cares?
flying fuck? It came out in court. This was not even fucking true. Why is this man not allowed to play? Why is he fucked playing over in Japan? I don't understand it.
Here's what it comes down to. One of the things that you have to remember is that the league controls the narrative of every player that's out there.
No, 100%.
It stops with the league. That means it stops with Rob Manfred.
And his was sexual.
Trevor Bauer has openly
Rob
and
Manfred.
continually criticized the league office and specifically by name multiple times, Rob Manfred.
Yep.
The reason that Trevor Bauer is not playing professional baseball in the United States again is because of the fact that he was openly critical of Rob Manfred and has been for a while. If those things had not happened, it was just the accusations, Trevor Bauer would be pitching for a Major League Baseball team this year. But instead, if you want to see Trevor Bauer pitch, you're going to have to watch Japanese baseball highlights.
And he's going to have to wheel his fucking wheelbarrow out there for his nutsack because he's so fucking, his balls are so fucking big. Like that motherfucker needs a fucking.
I'm not saying it's right, but I'm telling you that's
He's a
exactly
dog.
it is. It is 100% because of the league controlling the narrative.
Well, we
about
gotta talk
Trevor
about
Bauer.
that.
It is
He
just
has
like,
big old balls, Will.
Okay,
It is-
that's just uncomfortable.
Big old balls.
That's just
I mean,
uncomfortable.
metaphorically.
coming
probably
to
doesn't have-
America. The South
Right.
Park.
Probably doesn't have actual physically large balls.
That's just uncomfortable.
No, but here's it's this comes down to, and here's what's funny. Colin Kaepernick sued National Football League and won a lawsuit because there was evidence that the National Football League blackballed him because of the fact that he kneeled during the national anthem. Trevor Bauer is getting blackballed by Major League Baseball And if he wanted to, he
He's
could
going
sue Major League Baseball and he would win because he is getting blackballed and it wouldn't be hard to prove. The only reason he's not suing Major League Baseball at this point is because he wants to pitch again. And he knows that if he files that lawsuit, the day he files that lawsuit, his
done.
MLB career is for sure gone.
That's
So,
fucked up.
But
It's kind of proof of his lawsuit too, isn't it?
exactly.
Kind of proves his lawsuit within the filing of the lawsuit. You actually prove that the lawsuit's true because you're never gonna you just know you're never gonna work again. It's like
Exactly.
didn't say that.
And so Trevor Bauer is trying to hope and wait that some team is desperate enough. I would not be like if Boston signs him, I'm buying a fucking jersey just to piss people off, and I'll fucking
Why?
wear that everywhere and
Dude.
watch triggered ass white bitches throw a temper tantrum.
That's my thing, Tony. Like that's really what's gonna happen for real. Is like
That's exactly what
that's the worst part of this whole thing is that like there's still gonna be people at games for the rest of his fucking life, no matter if he's in Japan or here. They're like, you sick fucking rapist fuck.
They
Like
love him in Japan.
you don't know what you're talking about.
They
like
love
you don't.
him in Japan.
Oh, I'm sure they do,
love-
but I'm saying like you get what I'm saying. Like there's still gonna be one person or like a lot
I
of them
mean,
that are
yeah.
gonna be like, well, he's a fucking rapist, beats chicks up, fucking beats women, dude, beats women. Like it's like, god damn it. It
Well,
will be though. You know there
I
will be
mean,
a couple.
and it's just like, Tyreek Hill. Those accusations were proven false and were proven to be blasted out by an edited recording. And those
And still
accusations,
haunted to this day.
you can go onto any tweet that Tyreek Hill has shared, and
Michael
somebody's
Jordan's dad.
Yep, Michael
And he,
Jordan.
still get, and he still gets haunted by those same accusations to this day.
So
To
stupid.
this day.
It's Trevor Bauer can
Ryan
hit,
Jordan.
even with the rough start, because like if you look at Trevor Bauer's stats in the Japanese Baseball League last year, and this is
Nasty.
he started off with like
Nasty.
a 25 ERA at one point after his first 5 games.
0.25. 0.25.
No,
It was
like
0.25.
his after his first 5 games in the Japanese baseball, his ERA was literally north of 25. From
Like,
that
I'm saying like
to the end
Oh,
of
okay, I
the
gotcha.
season, from that point
Shit.
to the end of the season, his ERA was sub 2. He finished with he finished with a sub 4 ERA.
I was gonna say because I saw like in his last 6 starts or something in the Nippon League or whatever, he was like
his last 6 starts,
0.96
one.
ERA or something,
Mhm.
some
Yeah.
stupid shit. Like it was like ridiculous. He
Stupid
struck out
dumb.
like 11 dudes a game or something like that. Like he was just throwing
Stupid dumb.
nastiness.
Stupid.
Yeah,
dumb.
those guys can hit too.
And they can. He should, and they're smaller ballparks too. The Japanese Baseball League ballparks, your deep center is 350 yards.
It's like a junior midgets league.
Yeah,
It's like slow pitch
and
softball.
you've got some of those bigger American guys that are used to having to hit 400 to hit to center are playing in that Japanese league because they can still get paid to play baseball, and it pays more than you make playing in the minors in the States.
Just hitting bombs.
And just hitting nukes, and still striking out 11 players a game.
It's just And also
Amazing.
striking out
Bauer
like
should be
4
pitching
times.
in the United States, but he won't
Amazing.
because Rob Manfred is a fucking pussy.
One thing on the Dodgers, real quick. Yamamoto, apparently, his fucking split-fingered fastball looks like a fucking wiffle ball.
It's
Like
stupid.
it literally,
It's-
it looks like a fucking weird wiffle ball type of thing.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, like where it's
So if you got
it like
Seven,
whistles or something. That's something
Seven, real
weird.
quick, you got to say it for me.
Fuck Rob Manfred.
There you go. Fuck it.
Now, why couldn't you say it?
Ruck
Fuck it.
mob fan.
It's not better coming from Seth.
Yeah. Muck Rob Fanford. There you go.
Fuck him.
Because when a black guy says fuck a white guy, it's a hate crime. But when I say fuck a white guy, it's okay.
There you go.
It's
because
just
black
gay.
people
That's
don't
all it
also
is.
be
It's
gay.
just
I'm protected.
Exactly. It's just like if I need to say the N word, I'm gonna look at Will.
He has to if the situation arises. Just randomly arises on the podcast.
Or
We're in trouble if that situation randomly arises, aren't we?
I'm
We are in
a
trouble.
We have what? Kids look at what? What did you say?
I said we're gonna get canceled one day.
Oh. Yeah.
That would have happened
No.
already with my Japanese.
Yeah,
All right,
I don't
what
think
happened
anybody
with his
cares.
Japanese? So we all right.
We just lost all the Japanese fan base.
We just lost all.
We
We just
had-
lost
we had
all of
built up.
Tokyo.
all
The number
12
of
of them.
jokes that Dan and I have made on this show that are very, very inappropriate. If we were going to get canceled, we would have gotten
It
canceled.
would have been canceled by now.
Probably.
I mean,
That's
After Dark
so
kind of did.
true.
I'm just kidding.
Will, Will's
Dark
going to get a
basically
notice
did.
from YouTube tomorrow. Your views have gone up by 10,000%. Can you be a professional YouTube? Yeah, we'll be a professional YouTube
Yeah, we could be
podcast. Let's go.
professional.
And then
Yeah,
instantly
that's-
get canceled.
Yep.
Instantly get canceled once we go pro.
It's like when
Instantly.
Patrick Star
They
got
didn't-
hired at the Krusty Krab just so that Mr. Krabs could fire him.
Yeah, they didn't just want to cancel us. They wanted to get our hopes up and then cancel us. Like they were like, I want to personally torture all 5 of those
I
people
want
for
you
what
to
they have done
know.
to podcasting.
I want you to know you were right there.
They went personal with it just because they're like,
Yes.
this deserves a personal touch.
Right there. Now you're gone.
They
What-
are
what would be-
pricks who don't.
What
get
would
it.
be worse is it's like we need you to bring your whole A team. So Will, Erica, Daniel, Seven, Ando, and Ambrose need to come in. Ambrose comes in and is like, all right, guys, we're gonna talk shit about everybody. Nope, sorry, we've been canceled.
It's like, oh,
And then
Oh.
you know Ambrose be like,
yeah,
all right, I guess I'll be on the Geek Gauntlet podcast.
That gets canceled
man.
too.
Doc, this is
I don't
my break.
understand what happened.
It ends
I
up
don't
just being all
understand.
about
I know what
Ambrose.
happened. I don't understand.
Dude,
Hey,
I had
but
so much
Will,
I could say about the Raiders
What's up, my Blades Nation?
and about
Seriously.
Mark Davis and Al Davis. But man,
what
I guess
happened
now
with
we gotta.
FSU?
Hmm?
What happened with FSU?
Nothing to play for. Nothing to play for.
A third of
Nothing.
their team sat out.
Dude, we had like 20 kids sit out, and then the starting quarterback went,
Quarterback,
and
basically.
then the quarterback went to the transfer portal before the game. What
Did
the
you
hell?
hear what happened though?
We got a new
Jordan Travis
quarterback
brought
though.
in- Yep, the quarterback from Oregon State,
Yep.
DJ guy.
Say that name 10 times fast.
Yeah,
Uwe Lungale.
yeah. There we go.
It's
Dan-
Uwe
Dan got it.
Lungale.
It's gonna be
We-
Ando that
He
gets-
threw for like
Clemson.
3,000 yards.
It's going to be Ando that gets
Pretty
canceled.
good.
I just want to point that out.
What's that?
No, they'll just make us remove him from the show. They're like, yeah, you can get that guy. Fucking out of here. Like, what the fuck?
Come here, don't get us canceled. Hey,
The other guys are
No,
just
I'm
gonna
gonna get us
couch it.
canceled. I'm gonna get us canceled because I'm wearing Washington State gear. That's why.
Yeah, for sure.
But I'm
That's
excited.
definitely the reason.
But I'm
At least
excited.
you're fucking honest, Ando. At least
I'm-
you're
but-
honest.
But I'm excited for next season. We got a new quarterback coming in.
Yeah.
Defense coming back pretty much intact. So I'm excited for next year.
Yeah.
I'm
I
excited.
mean, listen, do you want my honest opinion? Even
No.
maybe it's
No.
a little harsh, but I like to fuel the fire with you, Will. So it's really easy. Looking at the team y'all had playing the other day, y'all damn sure don't even deserve to be in the top 20.
There was.
But
I will
no.
say this though.
But
I did
no.
see a
But
meme
no.
though. I saw a
Michigan
meme.
will.
Will.
No, the thing about it is this: if you might be right, if Bama would have won, Bama lost.
Michigan would have ruled you, though.
The Michigan.
And I think,
It wouldn't even have been a fun game to watch.
And my thing is this too: our starting quarterback didn't hit the transfer portal. If we're in that spot, he
Hey,
didn't hit,
so
and those kids, and most of those kids don't sit out. So it would have been a whole different story.
So here's another question that I have for you. OU lost our starting quarterback. We
Mhm.
lost players to the portal. Maybe
Mhm.
not as many as FSU, but so now where's your excuses? Because we still put at
Easy.
least double
Easy.
digits on the board.
Our third screen quarterback sucked. He's a freshman.
The third string
Okay.
quarterback was
Our
the
third
second
string
name.
He's a freaking
quarterback is
freshman. He
General
won one.
Booty,
He won a
who
game.
hasn't played either.
He's a
But
freshman.
still,
General Booty
Butte.
can win a game just based on his name.
didn't-
Fuck yeah.
I gotta
He
say,
deserves,
Yo.
he deserves a win.
I'm so excited for him to become the quarterback because when the first time he gets sacked, I'm dead. I'm done.
Well,
That's the
it
greatest sack the booty.
They
Sack-
That's the
sacked
biggest-
the booty.
That's
Booty goes
that's the
down.
biggest. I want my kid to get his ass kicked name ever, dude. Like they were like,
Booty-
yeah,
Booty
General
goes down
seems
again.
right there.
And when somebody
last name's
says, "Man,
Booty."
Oklahoma's quarterback is Booty," you can just be like, "Yeah, that's
That's
Yeah,
about
he
it.
is booty.
I
that
gotta
that's
say, well, I
Hey.
did see a meme.
Hey.
I did see a meme about Florida State. Somebody said Florida State refused to show up to the Orange Bowl. I really thought they were joking.
You know what though? You know what though? You know
I think
what
that was
though?
me.
There was a
Actually, I
rumor-
think I
there was a
posted in our
rumor-
chat.
But you
I
know
think
what?
you
There
did.
was a rumor that we were going to protest that game. I would have protested it. Fuck it. I would have protested
Yeah.
it. Fuck it.
I
I would have
mean,
protested it.
Y'all
You pretty
probably
much
would have
did.
had Y'all
You
probably
pretty
would
much
have
did.
more
Almost
people show
did.
up to the protest.
I
Than
would've
y'all had
I would've
players show up to
protested
the
it.
game.
No, matter I would have went to the
Outstanding.
game. I would have had the coach come down to the sideline, tell the ESPN shit we ain't playing because wins don't matter, and walk right off.
That should have been like the
Pretty
best
much did.
team, the best high school team in Tallahassee playing up against Georgia. That's what it should have been.
That's what
All
it
right, guys. Here
was.
we at Florida State University
So
do not
3
want to play
kids
this game. We're
die?
boycotting it. It worked apparently in South
On
Park.
the high
Remember
school-
when the
on the
Detroit
high
I
Red
would have
team,
made,
yeah.
man. I would have made ESPN scramble. I would have made ESPN scramble. You got to find somebody else to play, buddy. You got to find another game. I would have made them scramble. Give all that TV
All right,
money
can we
back.
can we get 60 people from the fans to come down to the football field, please?
Just do the high school team thing, and they're
I'm
not
making a
like-
comeback, y'all. If that
Kids
happened,
can
I would have made a
die.
You wouldn't
comeback.
have
But,
had, you wouldn't have had time though, Dan. You
I
wouldn't
would
have
have made a
had time.
comeback if that would have happened.
What was that high school team that faked their way onto that ESPN high school game?
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Bishop
Yeah,
Sycamore.
To get back together and face off against Georgia for another shot.
Bishop Sycamore.
They would just
yeah,
quit playing. They would just quit
yeah.
playing in like the first quarter. They'd be like, "There's too many injuries happening. Like we don't have much of a team left at this
Dude, what
point."
Bishop Sycamore didn't even have a complete roster of players.
Nope.
They had people that they were writing down names for the day of the game. They
Yeah.
didn't have proper equipment. They didn't even have enough helmets
Didn't
for
have-
everybody to
didn't-
go
didn't-
around. Dude, we
didn't
come
have
off the
medical
field, and then
staff.
this, skinny ass dude would be wearing this offensive lineman's
Huge
helmet,
helmet.
and it'd be a bobblehead.
didn't have a
That's-
medical staff. If somebody
Nope.
got hurt, they didn't have a
Nope.
medical staff.
And
Yeah, that's still-
their mailing address for their school office was a PO box in a different city.
Yep.
That's almost on par with the chick who was the assistant coach, who was like 23, who played on the high school team for like half the year. That was like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
She literally was playing on the high school team, just dropping like
Craziness,
20,
man.
25 and 10,
Crazy.
like as a
man.
22-year-old.
But
Yeah.
It's great.
but I do believe Florida State
Okay,
will
so
be.
right now the Texas-Washington game, Washington is 34, Texas is 21. Third and fourth at Washington 10, Texas has the ball.
Let's go
I
Washington.
got people owe me. I got some people gonna owe me some money after this game.
Why are we in the
Okay,
people
so
owe me
they
some
took
money
the
If you
under.
bet on your game, you probably just lost money. So
I didn't bet no money on Florida State. I ain't no damn fool.
Good.
I bet money on this game though.
That was a smart decision.
I bet money
You
on
would
this
not be
game
a
though.
good gambler.
I bet money
Not
on
be a
this
good
game.
Texas
gambler
scored a
if you put money on
touchdown.
it this year.
Let's go. Yeah, they
Ewers-
did. Let's go
Ewers just
Washington.
hit
Let's
Mitchell
go.
for a 1-yard pass for a touchdown.
I take the under with Nebraska every time, and it fucking
Yep.
hits every time.
Take the under with Iowa too.
Just take
Take-
the under with Nebraska.
Take
Can
the
anybody-
under with
Does
anyone. Anytime the Chiefs are playing.
That's
Yeah,
not true,
that's it.
dude.
That's
We put
Once I
Butker hit
saw
the
Ohio
over by
State
himself,
lose,
man.
man, I've been careful. Ever since I saw Ohio State lose the other night, I've been careful with
Unless the line on the Chiefs game is 36 points, take the under.
Yeah,
Just take the under.
yeah,
Just take the under.
yeah. That
Not
defensive
working out the
team now.
greatest this year.
That defensive team now.
That's a wild card team.
Yep.
For sure.
Oh
Yep.
my gosh!
Yep.
All right, guys, we've been on for 2 hours. Can y'all believe that?
It's Erica.
I can fucking believe it. I mean, every minute here has been just, it's been grinding along.
We've been on 2 hours, y'all.
Not gonna lie to
Why
you.
we
Like,
having
every
And not
fun?
even
single
slightly
minute.
racist.
It's been grinding on.
Yeah, if you don't
It
watch
definitely
the
wasn't-
entire middle of the show, it's not racist.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you just
Absolutely.
mute everything I say,
It didn't
it's
sound like
perfectly
a
fine.
French guy who, for some reason, had a Japanese accent.
Damn. Damn.
Like
Fair enough. Fair
just a
enough, Dan.
French
Fair
dude.
enough.
Damn. Damn, man.
Round of applause for Dan, please. Round of applause.
like- It's like Pepe Le Pew and Nintendo mixed together. I love the guys in the back that are like clearly like keep going with the yas. Did you hear them? Do it again. Do it again. Yeah, it's kind of that. Yeah.
That guy got a
Wait,
little
what
over.
are they mixing that all together, or is that like
It's all together.
Yeah,
It's all together. That's how they do it. Yeah.
They're all in like a studio. They all sit there and clap and go, "Yeah, just act like you're excited." Like, are they
Yeah,
all sitting there?
they'll have
Can we
like
just do it
4
real
people
quick?
do different things and they just layer it.
Let's
That's
just
all.
do it real quick. Like,
Yep.
let's act like we're at a baseball game and we record it. Okay.
Yeah.
You guys ready?
Oh my goodness. You guys got anything y'all want to say?
Yeah.
You guys got anything? You guys got anything y'all want to say before we wrap up for the night?
Yeah.
If
Fucking
the,
Joe Kelly.
if the Kansas City Chiefs offense doesn't play at least the first half of the game, Andy Reid has no testicles. That
Yeah.
offense has not found a rhythm all season. They need to play at least the first half. I
No, I
get
agree.
that. I get that you can't gain any position.
Yep.
But your offense needs to gain some fucking rhythm. You're getting Nico
Yeah.
Hartman back. You can start to use him. Isaiah Pacheco is back. You can get your offense into rhythm because you're going to have to spend a bunch of time playing football. You don't have that extra week off like you normally have gotten the last few years.
Not that I
That
would
offense
want it.
needs
At
to
this
play
point,
the
I
first
wouldn't
half
want
of
to
that
take
game.
as get as many reps as you can in for the first team.
I see what's going on here, Will.
What?
Tony can talk about testicles, and I can't just mention that somebody has big testicles.
No, you got
Like,
the
you
dick,
talk
man.
about Andy Reid's testicles.
No,
You
damn
said
it,
Like
it
dick.
gross
differently.
things been mentioned
You
so far.
said it
Just saying.
differently, sir.
That's
Yeah.
because
He has big balls.
Andy Reid's testicles now are just cheeseburgers in his flesh.
He hasn't seen them for some time. Let's be
Sometime.
honest.
His
Really,
wife, he's probably seen them since his wife
they're
has them.
recessed.
What makes it even worse. That's why he eats
Actually, you know
them.
what?
What are
I
you
bet
talking
Andy
about?
Reid
His
gets a
wife
lot of
holds the
clothes.
mirror so that he can see him, man. Come on. His wife's a team player. Andy,
Like, how
did these look okay?
How
Yeah,
much
they look
pussy do
fine.
you
They
think
look like
Andy
they look
Reid
like the
gets?
Nuggets from that commercial I just did. We're fine.
He
He is
uses
Andy
the
Reid
mirror
after
to
all.
make sure his penis has the same mustache that he does. That's the
Yes.
important part
It's-
of the attire.
he
You gotta
actually
have
laser
that-
hair
My
removal it
goodness.
onto the.
Oh my
If you let this go on, Will,
gracious.
just remember that.
This is your
happened
fault.
really
100%.
fast. It got really dark. Got really
It
dark.
is after dark, y'all.
It's not.
Eric,
That's pushing after midnight where Will's
That got
at.
canceled, remember? That got canceled.
Eric, it was good to see
Because
you.
of shit like this.
And yes, it is past. It is.
You know what?
12:12.
Had we
my
have done
time.
this last night, Will would have been able to ring in the new year with the boys and Erica. Just saying.
Sure coulda.
Yeah, I couldn't. I have friends outside of the podcast, so I was at a New Year's party. last
Yeah, I got friends.
I'm
outside
just
of
saying,
it,
I have a life outside of this. So.
Yeah, I got friends
Hey,
outside of
there's
it,
cool.
too.
Wait, you guys
got
have a
friends
life?
outside
I'm
of
stuck
this
in this
too.
computer. I get
Hey.
stuck in a computer when you guys turn this off.
I mean,
fuck my life.
I mean,
I'm
They
Wreck-It
just put a
Ralph,
charging
man.
pack in your back. They just put a charging pack in your back, and you just like
No, I'm
standing
like Wreck-It.
I
I'm
mean, I
just
would
Wreck-It
try to
Ralph.
go to
I just sit
Erica's
inside the
house
computer when you
last
guys
night,
leave.
but I would try to get to Erica's house last night, but you know, I got
Bomb, chicka, bomb,
Oh,
bomb.
He got,
That's
he
a
got
long,
distracted
drunken
by
journey,
the
my friend.
Asians at the seafood buffet. Sorry.
It wasn't their New Year, all right?
That's why they didn't mind
I
working.
was just getting
They
ready
didn't
to
mind
go
working
my
on it.
fake Asian accent too.
Is the Chinese
Hey.
restaurant open at midnight
I know
on
you
New Year's
miss
Day?
me,
Yes, it
Will.
is.
I do miss you. I
He-
do miss you,
It
girl.
was all like,
You know
she
that.
filled my iced tea right after I took one drink out of it. She must really like me. No, she wants that $3 tip you're going to give her because
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Because they're working at midnight. Why are you here? Like, it's like 18 people in this Chinese restaurant at midnight on New Year's Day. Like, why? Why? There's so because life goes on, I guess. I mean, it's not
Exactly.
everybody's New Year, guys. All right, it's
All
not
right,
everybody's New
y'all.
Year.
And,
Okay, be respectful.
and on that note,
Fucking
from
respectful.
myself, Erica,
Yep.
Dan,
Okay.
Seven, and Ando, we'll see you guys again next week right here on the Sports Report podcast. Everybody have a good.
Bro, sweet Thai chili sauce from a Chinese restaurant. that they put on the table. It's fucking so good, dude. It's so good. I have a bottle in my house all the time. You should get it because you can put it on
my
everything.
God.
And that's the food. And that's
why they put it on the
food
buffet.
segment
Don't forget the
of
yum yum
Sports
sauce.
Report Podcast.
Gotta have the yum yum sauce.
Yo, that
put it
yum
on
yum
anything.
sauce is fucking banging though.
Banging.
It's sweet
Banging
Thai chili
ass.
sauce. Stop talking
Banging.
about yum yum sauce.
Yum yum
All right,
sauce.
you
Sweet Thai
guys,
chili
we
sauce.
are out of
Guys,
here.
we
Yum,
gotta
yum
stop Will to get
sauce.
excited on live television.
Yum
you
yum
know?
sauce.
Live
You guys have a good
podcast.
week. Everyone have a safe week.
Yum
Don't
yum sauce
mind
with them
us.
chicken
Don't mind
nuggets.
us. We all got issues.
Will just
here.
doesn't shut it down. He just lets the broadcast continue.
I'm
He's
gonna
like,
let it
what?
continue.
Just
Y'all
shut it
go
down.
hit the buffer real quick. But y'all
There we
continue.
go.
Y'all
Like
continue.
that was
Oh
we
my
expected
God.
that 30
Y'all
seconds
continue.
ago.
I got the buffer going.
We expected it to keep happening and it just doesn't.
Like, comment,
Let us go.
subscribe. Like,
Let us
comment,
go.
and subscribe.
Smash that like button.
Smash that
Everybody
like button.
Smash that like button.
Yes,
Follow
please.
us on YouTube.
YouTube.
Fucking